Oh, what a great rendition. Miss Morgan Elder, she does it quite a bit here at Melaleuca Field, and I don't think anybody does it much better. Speaking of that big high school football game in Pocatello, Highland is rated number 2 in the 5A classification, which is the largest schools in the state. Skyline, the 3-time defending 4A state champs, they are rated number 1 in 4A, and the Grizzlies just scored on the first drive of the ball game. A sophomore by the name of Amani Morrell scored from a yard out, and Skyline taking a 7-0 lead. So we'll keep you folks. Actually, they're going for 2. And it's no good. So Skyline leads 6-0 in the first quarter of that big game being played in Pocatello. All right, let's concentrate on baseball. By the way, as Max was giving the starting lineups, Tony Frichette's mom came up and said, "I'm okay." She got nailed in the back of the head last night with a foul ball. She came up, said, "I'm okay," and I just want to let you know that everything's good, and we passed along the words that, hey, we've enjoyed watching Tony play. He's a great defensive catcher, starting to hit, and she said the host family that Tony has and just the people of Idaho Falls, so friendly, and she really likes Idaho Falls. So anyway, Tony Frichette's mom is okay. She's back for another ball game.
Well, definitely relieving to hear that she's okay. And Tony Frichette not in the lineup tonight, but she's still here to support the Chukars, and we love that for sure. And hey, a lot of credit to the people of Idaho Falls all season long, to the host families. Thank you. To just the fans in general. It's been a really fun year. And hey, we still got 6 more home games after this one, so be sure to come to the ballpark if you're available.
Third time Joe Slocum's faced the Range Riders back on July 13th. He came out of the bullpen and pitched well. 4 innings, gave up just 2 runs and struck out 5, but he took the loss. Then the start here at Melaleuca against the Range Riders, not so great. Joe went 3 1/3, gave up 10 runs. Only 4 were earned, but he took the loss on that night as well. So Slocum 0-2 against Glacier, but he's pitching much better at home than he has on the road this season.
And he's pitching a lot better in the second half than he is the first half as well. So things are feeling all right in Slocum Town right now. It's been a couple of starts for him that have been rough back-to-back and really looking to get right today. A pretty good game to do it facing a tough Range Riders lineup. If you can get through 5, limit the damage, I think that's a job well done for Joe Slocum tonight. Gabe
Howell, Dean Miller, Christian Kirtley. Same lineup for the 4th straight game for the Range Riders to face Joe Slocum. This is game 15 between the two teams, and Glacier has a 10-4 lead in that series. Shortstop Gabe Howell comes in batting .302, 21 doubles, a pair of triples, 17 home runs, and he's knocked in 63, and he's swiped 25 bases. Wouldn't be surprised if he's the Pioneer League All-Star shortstop. First pitch from Joe Slocum in there for a called strike. And game time is 7:09 on this final day of August. As always, nice to have you along for Chukars baseball. That pitch low. Tyler Wyatt moves from center field to third base tonight. Brandon Boning at short. Eduardo Acosta at second base, and Stephen Cullen will play first base for the Chukars tonight. 1-1 pitch to Gabe Howell. Called strike 2, and it's 1-2. In left field, Bryce Brown. Center field, Jordan Myro. The Ironman, Trevor Halsema, in right field, making his 67th straight start, and it's Hunter Hudson behind the dish. 1-2 pitch is lifted foul and out of play.
Well, right away for Joe Slocum, one of our keys to the game was facing leadoff hitters, and leadoff hitters tend to have success against him. Doesn't get much tougher than Gabe Howell as a leadoff man in a lineup, so a big test right off the bat for how Slocum's night is going to go.
Over the last 3 games, Gabe Howell is 7 for 14. The 1-2 pitch, high, ball 2. In the 3 games combined, Glacier has outscored the Chukars 35-29. They've out-hit the Chukars 45-38. But close. There were 2 blowouts in the doubleheader and a swing and a miss as Gabe Howell chases a pitch out of the strike zone. A good start for Joe Slocum. Not a strikeout pitcher. That he's worked now 45 innings. That is his 24th strikeout of the season.
Definitely a pitch-to-contact pitcher, but for Joe Slocum, a good slider that has a lot of swing and miss capabilities, especially when you're facing right-handers. He got Howell to swing way over the top of that one.
And here's trouble in Dean Miller. In the previous 14 games, Miller batting over .500 against the Chukars pitchers. On the year, .362, 25 doubles, 2 triples. He's knocked in 73 runs with 14 home runs, including a laser shot last night. The count on Dean Miller is 1 ball, 1 strike. Big boy, 6'2", 235, 26 years old, out of Riverside, California. We've mentioned it, played in the Boston Red Sox organization for 3 years. That pitch high, and it's 2-1. He was drafted by Atlanta out of high school and decided to go to college. And then he was signed by the Boston Red Sox in the 2019 draft. Slocum into the windup, the 2-1 to Miller. Misses down low, and the count is 3-1.
You could tell Slocum trying to limit some of that home run power from Dean Miller. Everything low and away in this at-bat. And Slocum, if he can dot it up, it's going to be hard to hit, that's for sure.
So the count 3-1. That pitch, strike on the outside corner at 87 on the radar gun. And the count now full on Dean Miller. He is 6 for 12 over the last 2 nights here at Melaleuca. The payoff pitch, line drive, and that one eats up Brandon Boning. Not hit hard, but Brandon sort of didn't know whether to try to make the play on the fly or play it on the hop, but it just ate him up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Indecisive there for Brandon Boning, and really just in between hops. Didn't know what the hop was going to look like, maybe off of the lip of the grass, but definitely a makeable play and a tough start to the night because Joe Slocum, his last time out against the Range Riders, 10 runs, only 4 earned, and on the first ball put in play of the day, it's an E6.
That's the 125th error of the season for Idaho Falls. By comparison, Glacier has just 94. First pitch to Christian Kirtley is a called strike 1. Kirtley batting .326, 13 doubles, 12 home runs, 35 RBI. Miller is a steal threat. Here's the ball, hit foul, fielded by the third base coach, former big league catcher Greg Zahn. And it's 0-2 now on Christian Kirtley.
Former Blue Jays media analyst, I believe, as well, Greg Zahn. And another intern here, Will Vassar, grew up a big Blue Jays fan. Zahn, stopped by the office today, and Will almost had a heart attack.
Well, Slocum ahead 0-2. 1 out, 1 on, top of 1 on your Thursday night. Swing and a miss on some high heat. And Joe Slocum picks up his second strikeout of the inning. And it brings up Cruz Taylor, the right fielder. Taylor's played in only one of the first 3 games in this series. He went 1 for 3 a couple of nights ago, batting .307 with 12 home runs, 52 RBI. Strange numbers. He only has 5 doubles, but 12 home runs. Bats from the left side, does Taylor. And the fastball from Slocum just missed outside. Cruz Taylor out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. He played with the Billings Mustangs last season. Miller, the runner at first base with 2 away. Slocum working from the stretch. And here's the 1-0 pitch. That's inside low, ball 2.
Cruz Taylor, he's become a very dangerous hitter in this Range Riders lineup, swinging a hot bat right now as well. In his last 5 games, Taylor, he's hitting 509 RBIs over that span.
Glacier can hit the ball. Team batting average right at 300. The 2-0 pitch, high, ball 3. By comparison, the Chukars team batting average, 289. In most leagues, that would be pretty darn good, but in the Pioneer League, it's near the bottom, if not the bottom.
It is, in fact, the bottom, and it's pretty incredible. I remember another former intern, Ben Hill, would not get over the fact that the Chukars were hitting .280 as a team, but still in the bottom half of the league.
The 3-0 pitch, there's the automatic, called strike, 3-1.
Watching a lot of Pioneer League baseball, it'll screw up your standard of numbers for Major League Baseball, that's for sure.
I've learned to grow accustomed to it over the years, over the decades. I've been watching Pioneer League ball here in Idaho Falls. 3-1 the count, righty-lefty matchup. Slocum to Taylor, ground ball, third base side, foul ball. And the count again is 3-2.
For a moment this year, I was watching Luis Severino, and I went, 70 ERA, not the worst in the world. And I realized it was the Major League Baseball.
Yeah. And that is pretty darn bad.
Yeah.
Although he's had 2 outstanding outings his last 2 times. Highland just scored. Rams lead the Grizzlies 7-6 in the first quarter. Big ball game in high school football. The 3-2 pitch, fly ball, shallow left field. And coming in, and Bryce Brown can't make the catch. Boy, that was up there for a long time, and neither Brown nor Boning nor Myro could catch it, and it's going to be a single. And it should have been the third out.
Yeah, because there was 2 outs, Dean Miller going with the pitch. He now finds himself on third base. And, yeah, definitely a ball. You look off the bat, and you would think it would get caught 10 times out of 10. But Brown, he set up basically at the warning track, I believe, and just didn't come in quickly enough that time.
Chukars have struggled in the outfield defensively, except for Trevor Halsema. He's been darn good this year. The batter now, Jackson Raper, the third baseman, batting from the left side, hitting .306. He has 22 doubles, 11 home runs, and 69 RBI. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Slocum not getting any help from his teammates. An error and a fly ball that should have been caught. There's Slocum with a good fastball on the outside corner. Count 0-1 on Jackson Raper. He's another guy that played with Billings last season. That pitch comes inside, evens out the count at 1-1. Glacier hoping that Missoula wins the second half of the season, and it'll be Glacier and Missoula in the Northern Division playoffs. Billings only 2 games back. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, base hit, and it's going to cost the Chukars a run, and Slocum should have been out of the inning. So an RBI single by Jackson Raper. And the Range Riders get on the board first. Over to third went Taylor. The batter now is Kingston Liniak.
Yeah, and not one but 2 separate plays you could look at and say Joe Slocum should have been out of the inning, but instead ends up giving a run here. The good news for Slocum, it won't be an earned run on his line, but the bad news for the Chukars, you now fall behind 1-0 on an inning where you should have been out of it a long time ago.
Chukars have had trouble in the field. Again, 125 errors. That's one of the highest numbers in the league, if not the highest. And Hunter Hudson out to talk to Joe Slocum. I'm sure Huddy's saying, hey, you're doing what you do, Joe. You're doing okay. Just some bad luck here in the first inning.
Yeah, baseball at times, it's known to be one of the more individual team sports you can have, but look what happens when you play a little bit more individualized there. Fielders not helping out their pitchers, pitchers not helping out their fielders, and all of a sudden you trail 1-0 early in this one.
Brings up Liniak, the center fielder. He's batting .254, has 20 doubles, 4 triples, and 12 home runs, 56 RBI for the former Detroit Tiger farmhand. First pitch to Liniak. That's going to be a line drive. That'll be extra bases. 1 run's going to score. Raper's going to round third, and looks like he's going to score. And boy, what should have been a 3-up, 3-down frame now is a 3-run first inning, as Liniak has a 2-out, 2-run double.
Yeah, good contact off the bat of Kingston Liniak. A breaking ball on the first pitch. Kind of left it over the heart of the plate, and Liniak, he didn't miss it. 103 miles per hour into the left center field gap, and everybody at the ballpark knew it was extra bases right off the bat. Just like that, 3-0 game, 3 unearned runs on Joe Slocum's line, and this is looking very reminiscent to his last outing against the Range Riders so far.
Catcher Matt Clayton steps to the plate. For Liniak, 21st double, RBIs 57 and 58. And Joe's first pitch right down the middle. Right down West Broadway, as we say here in Idaho Falls. 0-1 the count. Clayton has had a good series. He's 5 for 10. the range rider catcher. Out of Yuba City, California, played for the University of Nevada. Breaking ball, that's a little bit high, and the count evens out at 1. Slocum looks into Hunter Hudson, gets the sign, checks the runner at second, the kick, the 1-1. Low in the dirt, nice block by Hudson, and the count now 2-1. Decent crowd on this Thursday night. The Eastern Idaho State Fair starts tomorrow. 2-1, a slow roller to third base. Tyler Wyatt on the run makes the play for out number 3. Nice play by T.Y. He had to charge in a hurry, threw on the run, and threw a strike to Stephen Cullen. But the Range Riders scored 3 runs on 3 hits. There was one big error and 1 man left on base. After 1, it's Glacier. After 1/2, I should say, it's Glacier 3, and Idaho Falls coming to bat.
Bank of Idaho is proud to be a longtime sponsor of Chukars Baseball. The ballpark is a place where dust, hard work, and endless practice merge with families, summer fun, and likely a hot dog or 2. It embodies what Bank of Idaho offers, a path to obtaining the American dream. Let us help fulfill your dreams, from new home purchases and small business loans to long-term financial planning, with online banking from anywhere. Bank of Idaho, the bank with a heart. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Bonneville Industrial Supply Company, or BISCO for short, a longtime sponsor of the Chukars, and in the general industrial supply business. For 57 years now, BISCO has been growing and meeting the needs of contractors, construction workers, and friends. If you need it for your job, check BISCO first. Call or stop into BISCO at 515 South Utah Avenue in Idaho Falls, or one of their branch locations in Soda Springs, Pocatello, or Boise, or shop at the BISCO online store. And as always, BISCO will make deliveries.
Since 2007, the Spider's Web has been the go-to spot for tattoos and piercings, thanks to the talented artists. Go online now to spiderswebinc.com. That's spiderswebinc.com. Or their Facebook page and check out all of the specialized ink and piercings they offer. You can browse their complete work and schedule your appointment today. Or stop by 477 West 17th Street in Idaho Falls. The Spider's Web, voted best tattoo shop for 9 years running. Check them out online, spiderswebinc.com.
Hi, this is Dave Clark, manager of the Idaho Falls Chukars, and you're listening to KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Bryce Brown, Eduardo Acosta, Sam Choi to face Jack White, making his 3rd start against the Chukars on July 12th. He went 5 innings, gave up just 1 run, no decision. And on August the 19th here at Melaleuca, went 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, and took the loss.
Yeah, and for the Chukars today, trailing early in this one, 3-0. But we talked about the keys of the game. Get your damage done before 2 outs. And Jack White coming off an outing against the Missoula Paddleheads where he struck out 9 of those Missoula hitters. So he's got his strikeout pitch working. And the Chukars, they strike out more than anyone else in the league. So we'll see if Idaho Falls can avoid the K today as well.
Leadoff hitter will be the left fielder, Bryce Brown, .349 batter on the year. He's 4 for 6. In his last 10 games, Bryce has 10 walks. And the first pitch from White misses outside. FYI, Skyline answered the Highland touchdown. It's now 12-7. Skyline leading Highland in the first quarter.
Still the first quarter.
The 1-0 pitch, high, ball 2. In 47 innings, White has struck out 57, and he's walked only 22, so he has great control. In 10 innings against Idaho Falls, he's walked 4 and struck out 8. The 2-0 pitch, big swing. In fact, Bryce Brown swung so hard he ended up on the left side of the home plate, in the left side of the hit batter's box. Bryce calls timeout. Brown 4 for 6. Played in 2 of the 3 games so far. Here's the 2-1 outside, ball 3.
You mentioned it earlier, John, but 10 walks in Brown's last 10 games. It's just like this as reasons why. I mean, getting ahead of the count 3-1 as We have another touchdown in that game.
Highland just scores again. 3-1 pitch. That's outside ball 4. So Bryce Brown does what a good leadoff hitter should do. Reaches first. And it brings up our pregame guest, Eduardo Acosta. Max mentioned that Eddie's been hot over his last 10 games. Eduardo hitting .439 with 5 doubles and 9 RBI. Whew. Bryce Brown, 20 steals. He's been caught just 4 times. And that's a pitch outside, ball 1. The Rams score. Now it's Highland 14, Skyline 12. We had some fans asking for updates for that game, so we will do that. Of course, I'll be calling most of the Skyline games this season. That pitch high, another ball. It's 2-0. They've won the 4A state title 3 years in a row, looking for number 4 this season.
It's good to have football season back.
It is.
Feels like forever.
College football underway. Utah had a 7-3 lead over Florida. That game in Salt Lake at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Boy, is that a beautiful place to watch a game. 2-0 the count on Eddie Acosta from San German, Puerto Rico. And the 2-0 delivery. There's a strike right down the middle at the knees, 2-1. Eduardo taking all the way. 311 hitter is Acosta. 9 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run. He's knocked in 31. And he hits much better here at the Luke than on the road. The 2-1 pitch. Ball hit to the right side. That's going to be a base hit as Eddie goes the opposite way. A chopper through the infield. And the Chukars have their first 2 men on base. A walk to Brown, a single by Acosta. And it brings up Sam Troyer, the DH.
Yeah, for Eduardo Acosta doing a great job in that at-bat, getting ahead of the count 2-1, getting a breaking ball kind of upper in the zone and chopping it down, finding some grass in right field. And if you're Idaho Falls, this is how you respond, threatening again, 2-1, nobody gone.
Sam Troyer, 305 this season, was out for about a month with an injury. And that pitch is at the letters, called strike 1. Troyer with 13 doubles and 1 home run. Against Glacier this series, he's 5 for 13. Right-handed hitter against the lefty, Jack White. 0-1 pitch, way outside, evens out the count at 1-1. The Chukars trying to bounce back after giving up 3 runs to Glacier in the top of the first. The 1-1 pitch. Sam tried to check the swing. The pitch was in the dirt, and he could not hold up. And the count now 1-2. Sam last night was 1 for 6 in the ball game. He was 4 for 7 in the doubleheader 2 nights ago. The 1-2 from White, breaking ball outside, 2-2. There's nobody out, 2 on for Idaho Falls as we play on this final night of August. White checks Brown at second. Now he's wheels to second, but Brown back. No throw was made. I mentioned the Eastern Idaho State Fair starts tomorrow. Always a huge deal. Over 1 million folks coming to that week-long affair. The Beach Boys are in town tomorrow night. High school football tomorrow night. So hopefully, if you don't have any plans, come watch the Chukars as Troyer swings and misses at a pitch that was in the strike zone but up in his eyes, and it's now 1 out. Not up in his eyes, it was high, but Sam took a swing and a miss. And it brings up Trevor Halsema. If there's a Chukar MVP, this is the guy I would vote for, either Trevor Halsema or Tyler Wyatt, but boy, Trevor's been steady. He hits a chopper. Howell, the shortstop, just, oh, what a terrible underhand toss. That's going to be a base hit for Trevor Halsema. The ball was chopped high. Howell had to jump to make the play, but then his toss to the second baseman, Dennison, was about 12 feet over his head. Not sure if they would have had the speedy Acosta. And now the Chukars have the bases loaded with one away.
Definitely going to be a tough play for Gabe Howell, but he made the hard part of the play, jumping up and fielding that grounder. It was the easy part that he couldn't make.
Here's Tyler Wyatt, takes the first pitch outside. Wyatt leads the team in home runs with 12. T.Y. with 17 doubles and 55 RBI. Wyatt's 1-0 pitch, low, ball 2.
Believe it or not, for Tyler Wyatt, it's his 12th bat of the season with the bases loaded. He's 4 for 11, and 3 of those hits have gone out of here.
Well, let's make it number 4 right now. Expecting something good as White's down on the count 2-0. And it's going to be a base hit up the middle. That's going to score 1, and they're going to stop the runner at third. So Tyler Wyatt, an RBI single. And the Chukars get on the board. It's 3-1. And the batter will be Stephen Cullen. That one was hit hard off the bat of Tyler Wyatt.
Shooting it right back to where it came from, just over the head of Jack White. In fact, it almost took Jack White's head off. 90 miles per hour off the bat, and Tyler Wyatt in 2-0 count. White decided to throw a fastball right down the middle, and you know T.Y.'s not going to miss that. So the Chukars doing a great job right now of going station to station and inching their way back into this game.
Here's Stephen Cullen. Bases still loaded with 1 away. Cullen's batting average up to 295. White starts him off with a fastball on the outside edge. Called strike. It's 0-1. Cullen, 9 doubles, a triple, 5 home runs, and 29 RBI this year. The 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. A walk, 3 singles, and a strikeout. Chukars are on the board, but they trail 3-1. A base hit could change all of that. And Cullen stays alive as he fouled the ball off back to the netting. Cullen 2 for 7 in this series. He did not play in the second game of the doubleheader on Tuesday. Next pitch, that one's high and outside, and the count 1-2. Cullen playing first base tonight. Michael Cohn has the night off. At third, Acosta. At second, Halsema. At first, Wyatt. And that pitch just missed on a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, and that'll even out the count at 2-2.
Those are back-to-back really close takes from Stephen Cullen, maybe just an inch off the outside corner, but both of them have gone his way, and he's shown off some good discipline.
The 2-2 pitch, again outside, ball 3.
3 straight fastballs in almost the exact same spot. Jack White just kept on going back there, and Mike Card never gave in behind the plate.
Full count, bases full, 1 out. The payoff pitch is lifted foul and out of play. Off to our right, so we'll do the 3-2 again. On deck is Jordan Myro. Cullen awaiting the pitch from Jack White. Another foul ball. Oh, this one hits the sweets to our right and bounces back. Luckily, it did not hit anybody tonight. I see Tony Frichette's mom's wearing a helmet tonight.
Yeah, she is.
That is funny. She got hit in the back of the head on one of those foul balls that ricocheted. High ball 4. So RBI the easy way for Stephen Cullen, his 30th ribby of the year. And it's a 3-2 ball game, and that'll bring Paul Fletcher out of the Glacier dugout.
What an at-bat from Stephen Cullen. 8 pitches total, and he ends up working a walk. Remember, he was down 0-2 in that count. Worked it all the way back full. He fouled off 3 separate 2-strike pitches and ultimately found his way to get on base. Jack White having a lot of trouble putting these Chukars hitters away. Today is only out on a strikeout to Sam Choyer, but Idaho Falls just putting up great at-bats, stringing them together, and ultimately now it's only a 1-run game because of it.
And still just one out for Jordan Myro.
Pretty long mound visit between Paul Fletcher, Matt Clayton, and Jack White, the battery mates in this one. And now Mike Carr will make his way out towards the mound, just trying to break things up a little bit. No one getting warm in that Glacier bullpen. As expected, we're still in the first inning, but already 5 combined runs scored between the teams. And looks like looks like Carr's trying to break it up, but Paul Fletcher was staying on there for a good amount of time.
3-2, Chukars down by 1. Myro batting 7th in the lineup. Jordan hitting .255. The outfielder out of Los Angeles, California. Three singles, 2 walks, and still just 1 away. Myro takes the pitch high, and White really struggling with his control. Again, he had walked only 22 in 47 innings coming into the game. White comes set at the belt. Myro awaits the 1-0 delivery. Lifts it foul and out of play. Evens out the count at 1-1.
And when Jack faced the Chukars last time, or Jack White, he only gave up 2 walks in that outing. And the Chukars, they did it by stringing hits together. Today they're doing both, staying patient, waiting for their pitch, and when it comes, then they string them together.
The 1-1 pitch, high, ball 2. No activity in the Glacier bullpen. Glacier scored 3 unearned runs in the top of the first. Chukars trying to answer here in the bottom of the first. Here's the 2-1 delivery. That's not even close outside, ball 3. Well, Skyline scores again. They're having a heck of a battle in Pocatello. They're playing at I believe, a middle school in Pocatello, but they have a turf field. It's the Pocatello High School home field, the Highland home field getting worked on. Well, now a penalty, that's going to bring the touchdown back. 3-1, the count on Jordan Myro. That pitch, high, ball 4, so back-to-back bases loaded walks, and the Chukars have tied the ball game up.
Well, you never walk in a run. You never want to walk in a run as a pitcher, but you especially never want to walk in the tying run. And for Jack White, that's really a sign. Just he's struggling with his command, missing really mostly outside and upstairs. And now for Hunter Hudson, bases still juiced, still only 1 man gone. The Chukars have a real opportunity to try to take a big lead here.
Huddy batting .272, switch hitting catcher, batting from the right side. And another pitch that's high in the strike zone, 1-0. Well, last night, 33 runs were scored. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? Already 6 in the first. The 1-0 pitch down the right field line, but foul. Out of play, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
We're on pace for 54 runs. I think I could...
Hudson batting 8th in the lineup. Now he calls timeout. By the way, Hunter Hudson, the only Chukar without a home run this season. Now would be a great time to get numero uno. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside, ball 2. Some big major college games football taking place tonight. 2-1, still bases loaded, still only 1 away. And Hudson fouls this one near the Glacier dugout. And the count evens out on Hunter at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hudson in the series batting 0 for 8, so he's due. The 2-2 pitch. Nope. Nobody. Oh, wow. White was going to throw to first base. Nobody was. Now the range rider's throwing it around. They're going to call a balk. Yep.
Wow, that run belongs to Dave Clark right there. He came down from his third base's coach's box. It didn't look like a balk was going to get called, and quite honestly, I don't know necessarily why it was called, but he went down to Mike Carr and said, "Carr, that's a balk, come on," and Carr gave in and eventually let the Chukars score the go-ahead run because of it.
Well, White was throwing to first base, but the first baseman, Fitzgerald, wasn't even close to the bag. And the Chukars take a 4-3 lead. 2 more in scoring position with 1 away. And Hudson takes that one low. Boy, close. And it's now full at 3-2. First base open. Cullen at third, Myro at second. And here's the payoff pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. That's going to score a run as Howell make the throw over to first base. Hudson grounds out to Gabe Howell, does pick up an RBI, and the Chukars have an Abe Lincoln on the board here in the bottom of the first. And it will bring up Brandon Boning, the 9th Chukar to come to the plate.
Think about how big that balk is now. It's really a 2-run balk when you think about it, because if Hudson hit a ground ball in the same spot but only a pitch earlier, well, that most likely was an inning-ending double play ball, but instead only out number 2, and the Chukars take a 2-run lead.
And Brandon Boning has been wearing out Glacier pitching over the last 3 nights. He is 6 for 9, and he fouls the first pitch off. Chukars give up 3, come back and score 5. That pitch high to Brandon. Boning, about halfway through the season, was hitting about 220s up to 276.
Now we're on pace for 72 runs. I can keep this going.
And that's going to be a ball. I don't think he's going to catch that one. Nope, it's going to be a RBI single. Brandon Boning makes it a 6-3 ball game. And it's top of the order for Bryce Brown as the Chukars bat around here in the bottom of inning number 1.
Well, that's how you answer back if you're Idaho Falls. That really is. In the field in the top of the first for the Chukars, you know, you left a lot to be desired, quite frankly, in that top of the first inning. But in the bottom of the first, you string together an incredible frame. There's no unproductive at-bats in the inning, and now you're sending your 10th batter up to the plate.
All 3 men that White walked came around to score. Bryce Brown swings at a ball down low. Oh, 1 the count on Brown, who walked and scored to start the inning. Next pitch outside, 1-1. How many pitches has Jack White thrown here in the first?
This next one will be 43.
And no activity in the bullpen. The range riders just chilling in the bullpen down the left field line. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, finds the strike zone, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's a good backdoor breaking ball from Jack White. Now, we've talked about he's already walked 2, and actually he's walked 3, and he's struggling with the command, but if you can keep it there, you're going to have a good night.
1-2 the count on Brown. Here's a chopper, shortstop. He's going to field on the short hop, goes to second for the force out, and finally the range riders retire the Chukars. But not before Idaho Falls put 6 on the board. There were 4 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 1, 6-3, Chukars on top.
Hey, Chukars fans, if you're looking for another winning hometown team, look no further than Westmark Credit Union. We're proud to sponsor the Idaho Falls Chukars because we believe in putting our local community first. So join our league of satisfied members and open an account with us today with incredible savings rate options as well as customized commercial and mortgage lending. We'll help you round the bases towards financial success because Westmark Credit Union is with you every step of the way. Let's play ball.
Once you experience the Joint's innovative approach to chiropractic care, you'll wonder why all the healthcare experiences aren't this easy. The Joint has membership plans and packages starting at $69 that include 4 monthly visits, eliminating the need for insurance. What's even better is you don't need an appointment. And they're open until 7 on weekdays, 10 to 4 on Saturdays. Stop in, meet the friendly staff at the Joint, 2679 East Sunnyside Road, Hillcrest Shopping Center, Ammon. Start feeling better today.
You need a new ride, but do you really need a new ride? Who can afford a $50,000 vehicle and an $800 car payment? That's just not right. At Idaho Falls Cars and Trucks, there are sweet, like-new vehicles for a reasonable price that you can live with and drive off the lot with an optional warranty, giving you that peace of mind that you don't always get with a used car. Come visit Idaho Falls Cars and Trucks at 880 West Broadway Street or ifcarsandtrucks.com. Idaho Falls Cars and Trucks.
Hey, this is Bob Malacki, pitching coach from the Idaho Falls Chukars. You're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Center.
We move to the top of the second, and Max, how many times have we said Chukars need a shutdown inning? They just scored 6, and so many times this year the opposition has come back and scored after a big inning for the Chukars offensively.
No, you're exactly right. And I remember one time earlier in the year, I told Bob Malacki, I said, hey, I could find these stats for you if you want to know the numbers, how many times you've given up runs after scoring runs. And Bob goes, Max, why would I want to know that? So ultimately, it's been too often for Idaho Falls, but Joe Slocum, he should feel a lot of confidence on the mound. None of those runs were earned on his line in the first inning, and now working with a 3-run lead, just try to fill up the strike zone if you can.
Brings up Ben Fitzgerald, the first baseman, hitting .300, 22 doubles, 11 home runs, 50 RBI. He's 3 for his last 18, so he's been struggling, although he's 3 for 6 in this series, and Slocum's breaking ball finds the strike zone, and it's 0-1. Fitzgerald batting from the left side. He's the first baseman out of Mason City, Iowa. 0-1 from Joe. Ground ball. It's going to get through the right side of the infield for a leadoff single. Just past the diving second baseman, Eduardo Acosta.
Yeah, if you're Joe Slocum, kind of a frustrating at-bat, getting ahead 0-1 and then getting the soft contact on the ground. But once again, these range riders, they're good at finding holes through the infield, and Ben Fitzgerald does it to perfection there.
Number 9 hitter is Mason Dennison. He's playing second base tonight. Bats from the right side. Dennison 6'4", 180. He is one skinny dude. First pitch from Slocum. Right down West Broadway for a called strike one. Fitzgerald has attempted just 6 stolen bases. He's the runner at first base.
Uh-oh.
And somebody chirping in the Glacier dugout. And I just noticed Steve Thayer, who's sitting right by the Glacier dugout, sort of motioned to the umpire, hey, kick him out.
Steve Thayer, of course, the Chukars photographer. Yep. And Mike Carr, he walked over towards that Glacier's dugout, kind of waving his hand, saying, I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take this any longer. And then he took it.
Look at the pitch, right down the middle, at the belt. 0-1 on Dennison. He's going to lay down a bunt. Slocum's going to field. He'll make the throw to first. Nice scoop job by Stephen Cullen. Wow. Nice play on both ends. Slocum quickly off the mound. Had to throw a bullet. And Slocum, with that big first baseman's mitt, scooped it out. But Dennison did his job. He got a runner in scoring position as we go to the top of the order for Gabe Howell.
Yeah, I'm putting a star next to that one in my book. That's a really nice play by Joe Slocum. Ranging towards his backhand side, has to pivot, has to fire a bullet to first. And remember last night, Mason Dennison, he's a speedy player, and he legged out a double play ball yesterday, and today didn't have the same fortune.
Here's Gabe Howell, struck out his first time up. Breaking ball, misses outside. Howell last night was 3 for 6 with 5 RBI. Last night, the Range Riders, 23 base knocks. The 1-0 pitch to Howell. Chopped foul behind the plate. And the count now 1-1 Yeah, beautiful play by Slocum, and give Stephen Cullen credit with a nice scoop job.
Yeah, good point. A beautiful play on both ends that time around.
6-3 Chukars lead. We're in the top of the second. We've been playing 40 minutes. On pace for about a 5-hour ball game.
Oh, boy. Don't tell me that so early, John.
It'll speed up.
You better knock on wood right now.
1-1 pitch. Ball hit foul. That one is parking lot bound. Here at the Luke, and the count 1-2. One and two with one out. Runner at second base is Ben Fitzgerald, led off the inning with a single. Next pitch, fastball comes inside. Evens out the count at 2-2. Joe looks into Hunter Hudson for the sign. And the 2-2 delivery just missed outside. Count now full.
Pretty big at bat for Joe Slocum here. You don't want to give Dean Miller an extra runner on base and the possibility to bring him up as the tying run. So for Slocum, you're trying to get him right here, right now. One of the bigger payoff pitches of the night you'll see early in this game.
Here it is, 3-2 pitch. That's going to be a line drive, base hit into center field. That's going to score run number 4. And Gabe Howell does it again. It's a 6-4 ball game. There is one out, and now the Dean Miller, the guy Max just talked about, steps to the plate.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting by one of the better hitters in the Pioneer League, Gabe Howell, that time around. Wasn't the greatest pitch in the world. A breaking ball left upstairs in the strike zone from Joe Slocum on 3-2, and Howell crushed it 105 miles per hour right back up the middle and gets a little bit closer once again.
Throw to first base. Howell dives back. Gabe Howell, 25 swipes this season, but he's been caught 11 times. One out, one on. Chukars lead 6-4, only in the top of the second. Miller, high pop-up, infield right side. It's going to be Eduardo making the catch for out number 2. So Slocum gets Miller to hit a sky-high pop-up. And the batter will be Christian Kirtley. By the way, Highland just scored again. Rams lead Skyline 21-12.
Every time we look over, it's a new score over in that Highland Skyline game. Highland Skyline game, I should say.
Joe trying to limit this top of the second to only one run given up. Pitch to Kirtley is down low. Kirtley last night hit a home run. And in the second game of the doubleheader 2 nights ago, he hit a home run. In fact, Kirtley has 12 home runs on the season. Half of those have come against Idaho Falls pitching. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. Count now 2-0 on Christian Kirtley. He's a first-year pro, played at UC Santa Barbara. The Gauchos. Howell with a decent lead at first, started to go, and then he put on the brakes, and the pitch is outside, ball 3.
We've seen a lot of 3-0 swings from the Range Riders in the past. Still a relatively close game, 6-4, so wouldn't be surprised if there's a good pitch down the middle from Slocum. Christian Kirtley swings away at it.
Slocum, 3-0 delivery. And it's low, ball 4. First walk issued by Joe, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, Cruz Taylor, who singled his first time up in tonight's game. Fitzgerald led off the frame with a single. He was sacrificed to second. Howell brought him home with a single. Then Miller popped out, and now a walk to Kirtley. Taylor bats from the left side. Swing and a miss on a beautiful pitch from Joe Slocum. Count 0-1. Joe took something off that pitch, and Taylor was way out in front.
Cruz Taylor, not many better at driving in runs in the Pioneer League.
One pitch outside, 1-1.
This year, he's hitting .338 whenever there's runners in scoring position. Really good numbers for him. On the season, a .307 hitter, so average jumps up by just over 30 points.
Has knocked in 52 this season. The 1-1. Taylor, base hit past Stephen Cullen. They're going to send the runner home, and Halsema is going to make the throw to second base. It's a 6-5 ball game. And I'm actually talking about a shutdown inning. Not going to happen.
No, not this time around for Idaho Falls. For Cruz Taylor, gotten himself in a 1-1 count, saw a breaking ball below the zone and still found a way to barrel it up through the right side of the infield. You get the feeling that neither team is going to pull away from the other early in this game. I mean, look at this already. 3 runs by Glacier in the top of the first inning. The Chukars answer back by doubling that, scoring 6 of their own. And then Glacier, they score 2 already and still threatening here. Runners on the corners, 2 men gone. I have a feeling that this game's going to be back and forth all night long.
And Bob Malachy comes out to talk with Joe Slocum and Hunter Hudson. I've lost my internet connection here in the booth.
Oh, no. Well, I know if there's any Range Riders fans listening via Flow Sports, they're keeping a close eye on that billing score. And, well, Ogden beating up on the Mustangs 8-2 in the bottom of the 4th. So that's good for the Range Riders.
Runners at first and third. There are 2 outs, and the batter is Jackson Raper, who singled and knocked in a run in the first inning. Last 2 nights, Ogden pitchers have given up 51 runs. First pitch to Raper, ground ball, slow ball, roller. Acosta fields the throw to first in time, and that'll do it. Glacier gets 2 runs on 3 base hits. There are no errors and 2 men left on base. As we move to the bottom of inning number 2, the Chukars hanging on to a 6-5 lead here on KSPZ.
It's so simple, there's really nothing else to say.
Fans, it is now time for tonight's Idaho Central Credit Union Home Run Challenge. Let's go down to the outfield with Hunter and Will and meet our contestants.
That's right, Chukars fans. I'm here with Julian and Anna. We're ready to complete tonight's ICCU Home Run Challenge. The rules for this one are simple. They're going to get one try to hit the ball off the tee towards left field wall. After that, we're going to roll. Julian's going to pick it up and try to hit it over the.
Do you have a boring, outdated landscape? Thinking of a new patio with a fire pit? How about landscape lighting? What about an outdoor kitchen? How about all of the above? The landscape design experts at Outback Landscape are ready to help you transform your outdoor space. Go online now to OutbackLandscapeInc.com and sign up for a free consultation and receive a $300 discount on your new custom outdoor space. That's OutdoorLandscapeInc.com. Proud sponsor of the Idaho Falls Chukars.
At Bingham Healthcare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our team specializes in the treatment of all sports-related conditions. So whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the specialists at Bingham Healthcare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are experts at keeping you at the top of your game. Our highly trained specialists are the best in their field, and with offices located throughout eastern Idaho, you can be seen close to home. Bingham Healthcare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official team doctors of the Idaho Falls Chukars.
Hi, I'm Caden White from Idaho Falls, Idaho, and you're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Chukars lead 6-5, bottom of 2. It'll be Acosta, Troyer, and Halsema to face Jack White, who really struggled in that first inning. Gave up 4 hits, walked 3. And all 3 batters that he walked came around to score.
Not to mention 44 pitches in that first inning for Jack White, so he's going to need to toss very efficiently to try to go deep in this game.
And Acosta swings at the first pitch, a high fly ball. Center fielder Leniak is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Well, he's going to need to pitch efficiently, and that's a pretty good start. 1 pitch and 1 out for White to kick off this second inning.
Here's Sam Troyer, a strikeout victim his first time up in tonight's game. You mentioned that Ogden is beating Billings 8-2. Great Falls leading Missoula 5-1.
Well, that doesn't help the Range Riders.
Nope. Troyer takes the pitch high, ball 1. Wind blowing in tonight here at Melaleuca Field, a rarity. That pitch finds the strike zone on the inside corner. And that'll even out the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Troyer, the DH tonight. And now Sam has a word or two with home plate umpire Mike Carr. Calls timeout. Now he's back in the batter's box. And White ready to deal. Pitched low in the dirt, ball 2.
Yeah, and for Sam Troyer, even though he struck out back in the first inning, he hits a lot better against lefties than righties this year. 340 against southpaws, just 291 against right-handers, almost 50 points in average differential.
The 2-1 pitch, ball hit up the middle. Hal Fields behind the bag at second makes the play for out number 2. Boy, Gabe Howell has some range.
Yeah. That tough play made look easy that time from Gabe Howell. A hit right back up the middle, but he fielded it and in one smooth motion threw off the back foot. An absolute dart to Ben Fitzgerald. And again, just a really not an easy play, but Gabe Howell makes it look like it's second nature out there sometimes.
And of course, the new rule in the Pioneer League at second base, there's a no standing zone for the infielders. First pitch to Trevor Halsema, called strike 1. But Gabe Howell has some great range at shortstop. Here's a high fly ball, but Leniak's there. Waits for it to come down. And a quick 3-up, 3-down frame as Jack White bounces back here in the bottom of the second. After 2, 6-5, Chukars lead on KSPZ.
In sports, the last 2 seconds of a game can determine the champion. The last 2 words of a name can have the same impact. At Blue Cross of Idaho, it's the of Idaho part of our name that defines our mission. We are Blue Cross of lifting communities up and fighting to keep healthcare costs down. We're Blue Cross of Idaho, born of the people and places we know best, and proud sponsors of the Chukars. Learn more at bcidaho.com.
Celebrating 11 years of standing together, Idaho Falls Pride is a nonprofit organization dedicated to inspiring hope and belonging in the LGBTQ+ community of Southeast Idaho. Idaho Falls Pride works to create opportunities for all to be seen equally by hosting events and providing community resources. For more information, visit at Idaho Falls Pride on Facebook and Instagram or IdahoFallsPride.com.
The website Scorebook Live Idaho has put together a preseason all-state football team combining all 6 classifications. Here are the East Idaho athletes who've made the list. Quarterback Luke Flowers of Rigby. Running back Riken Echohawk from Pocatello. Offensive lineman Atticus Furman of Skyline. Bruce Gallo from Highland and Rigby's Fiki Puha. On defense making the list were defensive lineman Ryan Bingham of Sugar Salem. Linebackers Colton George of Highland and Devin Rodriguez from Pocatello. And defensive backs Cruz Searle from Skyline and Highland's Kai Callan. KSPZ 980 Ammon, Idaho Falls, and 98.7 FM K254DI, Idaho Falls. All sports all the time. Heard online at 980thezone.com.
It's the top of the third, 6-5 the score. Chukars with the lead. It'll be Leniak, Clayton, and Fitzgerald to face Joe Slocum.
And for Joe Slocum so far today, he's thrown 48 pitches through 2 innings of work. Very similar innings for him. 3 runs in the first on 3 hits, 4 runs in the second on 3 hits. So 2 runs in the second on 3 hits, I should have said. So for Slocum, just looking to settle down and might be facing a good part in the order to do so. Bottom 4 due up, so we'll see how Slocum looks here in this 3rd inning.
Liniak had a 2-run double back in that first inning. Update from Pocatello. Highland has kicked a field goal that now leads Skyline 24-12. First pitch swinging is Liniak. Fouls it down the first base line and lands foul territory. That game's still in quarter number 2.
It's a final in most football games I've watched.
And 2 of the powerhouse teams in eastern Idaho. Next week, Skyline will have the Berger Bowl. Fastball misses outside. Dad Scott facing son Michael in the second Berger Bowl. Both of the Bergers played football at Idaho State University. 1 pitch. Low ball 2. The Bengals take on San Diego State to open up the season Saturday night in beautiful San Diego. Here on KSPZ, it's Boise State and the Washington Huskies. Tough opener for the Broncos.
Yeah, no kidding. Michael Penix, a potential Heisman winner this year.
2-1 pitch. Will this one stay in play? No, it will not. And that'll even out the count at 2-2. Utah leads Florida 24-3. Nebraska leads Minnesota 7-3. That makes Max happy, the Wisconsin Badger.
I do not like Minnesota, that's for sure.
2-2 count on Kingston Liniak. Breaking ball just missed a little bit high, and now the count full. We mentioned it before, but Liniak was a 4th-round draft pick of the Detroit Tigers. Played 4 years in the Tigers organization. The 3-2, that's ball 4 in the dirt. So a leadoff walk by Liniak, second walk issued by Slocum. And the batter will be Matt Clayton. Yep, Liniak, when he was 18 years old, signed a check for $900,000. I wonder how much he has left. If he was smart, he put it in some kind of IRA or whatever. Clayton grounded to third first time up. Good chance for a double play, the Chukars to turn 2. Swing and a miss on a Slocum fastball, 0-1 the count. Six runs, 4 hits for the Chukars, 5 runs, 6 hits for Glacier. Chukars have committed the only error of the ball game thus far. Here's the 0-1. Fastball at the knees, 0-2.
Well, a good start to this at-bat after allowing the leadoff walk for Joe Slocum. Statistically speaking, leadoff walks are really not good for pitchers. That increases your odds of scoring in an inning, something close to 25% in the majors. No clue what it is in the Pioneers, but for Slocum, this is a really important at-bat, trying to bounce back, and we'll see if he can get the swing and a miss here to Clayton.
Liniak at first. The 0-2 pitch. Going to be a base hit, a seeing-eye single between first and second. Halsema overran it momentarily, but no advancement by the runners. So Glacier gets the first 2 men on the board, and it brings up Ben Fitzgerald. A weak ground ball that was perfect located between first and second.
Yeah, you said it right. Seeing eye single. And again, Joe Slocum, that's all you can do as a pitcher. Try to get weak contact. Don't allow it to be barreled up. And that was the case there for Slocum, but just unfortunate. Poked itself into right field, and now the Range Riders once again threatening, as they have every inning so far.
Fitzgerald led off the second with a single and came around to score. Pitch is high from Slocum. It's ball 1. Tomorrow night, no radio for Chukars baseball, but you can check it out on Flow Sports TV. Fitzgerald batting from the left side. Slocum checks the runner. 2 on, nobody out. The swing and a foul back. 1-1 now the count. Then we will be back to normal on Saturday as the no good paddleheads come to town.
Should be a pretty fun series here.
They have dominated the Pioneer League for the last 3 years, ever since the PBL went independent.
Another team with a good amount of former Chukars on it as well.
Yep. The 1-1 pitch. That's lifted foul, out of play, 1-2. Speaking of former Chukars, Mark Herron Jr. just traded to Rocky Mountain. Last night, he went 4 for 6. He's batting .545 now for the Vibes of Rocky Mountain.
Got to feel good for Mark about that.
Yeah.
Somewhat jealous, but still got to feel good for Mark.
Mark hit .300 here in Idaho Falls. Had a good season. 1-2. Slocum ahead in the count. This ball is hit down the right field line, but drifting foul. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looks like that one got in on the hands of Colin Gordon, and he might have broke his bat on it. Not loud contact, but just poked foul that right field line. So he goes back to the dugout, gets a new piece of lumber from Mason Dennison.
Liniak walked, Clayton singled. That's where we're at right now. 2 on, no outs in the top half of the third. Slocum stares into his catcher, Hudson. Comes set, shoulder high. Quick look at the runner at second, and the pitch is outside. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chukars scored 6 in the first, but then went down quietly in the second on 7 pitches. Slocum 2-2 on Fitzgerald, and that's high ball 3.
Ben Fitzgerald putting up a really good at-bat here. He singled on the second pitch he saw only an inning ago, and this time around he'll see at least 7 pitches from Slocum.
Slocum's 3-2 pitch to Ben Fitzgerald. Just got a piece of it to stay alive, did Fitzgerald. So we'll do the payoff pitch for the second time. Not a bad crowd tonight here at Melaleuca Field on this Thursday. Game time temp was 79 degrees and a slight breeze blowing in from center field. Slocum's 3-2 pitch, that's high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Third free pass issued by Slocum, and the batter will be Mason Dennison, who laid down a sac bunt his first time up tonight.
And for Joe Slocum that time, just missed upstairs with the fastball. And now for Joe, you were really hoping to get at least one of those first 3 batters out, because Mason Dennison's a pretty good hitter and very good with runners in scoring position. And then you go back up to Gabe Howell and Dean Miller after that. Some big at-bats for Slocum coming up here.
Well, 8 of the 9 batters in the starting lineup for Glacier has averages over 300, and 8 of the 9 have more than 10 home runs.
Dennison, he hits .344 with runners in scoring position this year, so obviously very good numbers there. And regarding bases loaded, he's 3 for 11 on the year, so another good statistic for him.
How about a nice one-hopper comeback to Joe? Fastball misses outside. Middle infielders, well, they're playing for a double play. Corner infielders come in even with their respective bags.
Expect the first and third basemen to go home if it's hit to them, and maybe even still turn 2 on it.
The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. A fastball upstairs on Dennison. Count now 1-1 on the number 9 hitter. Glacier put 3 on the board in the first. Chukars answered with 6 in the bottom half. Glacier came back with 2 in the second. Looking to score here in the third. Did he go? No, he did not, says the first base umpire. That's Jaden Guidry. And the count 2-1. Slocum, no place to put this guy except back on the bench. Here's a ball hit foul out of play. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, once you get the first out of the inning, if you're Joe Slocum, hope starts to come back to you. So now 2 strikes. You're looking for that put-away pitch. He struck out 2 batters, but both of them were within the first 3 hitters faced for Slocum today. So hasn't struck out anyone in a while, and now would be a great time for it.
2-2 Slocum to Dennison. Fly ball. Going to be Bryce Brown. He's there. He's going to make the catch. That's going to be deep enough to tie the ball game up. Sac fly RBI for Mason Dennison. And it's now tied at 6 each. For Dennison, his 52nd RBI of the season. And now it's Gabe Howell with runners at first and second.
Yeah, just a good example of doing your job that time by Mason Dennison. The 2-2 pitch was a little bit outside of the zone, but on the upper half, and I think Dennison was just looking for a pitch up, trying to get under it and sky it in the air. That's exactly what he did, and we have a brand new ball game.
Both bullpens quiet here in the top of the third. Now Slocum steps off the rubber. Now he's back on. Clayton at second base, Fitzgerald at first base. Howell at the plate, pitch in the dirt, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Gabe Howell. That's going to be a base knock into the gap in left center field. That's going to roll to the fence. Well, Brown does cut it off, and it's going to be another double. Here's the throw home, and they got him. I thought Greg Zahn, the third base coach, was holding up the runner, and they think he ran through a stop sign.
Wow, what a relay from Idaho Falls that time around. Gabe Howell, I mean, a gap shot the entire way, but it starts with Bryce Brown getting over there and cutting the ball off before it gets to the fence, excuse me. And then Clayton, he scores, but Ben Fitzgerald has good speed, trying to score from first to home. And ultimately, it went Brown to Boning to Hudson to perfection that time for the Chukars, and that looked like a fairly easy relay.
I was watching Greg Zahn, the third base coach, and he told Fitzgerald to hold up at third, but he ran right through the stop sign, and it cost him. But Glacier takes the lead. It's now 7-6.
It could be 8-6, though, and again, good fielding from the Chukars.
And Dean Miller up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Takes a breaking ball for a called strike 1. Gabe Howell now 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He continues to torch the Chukars pitching staff. The 0-1 pitch, fly ball out of play, and it's 0-2 on Miller. Howell now is 9 for 17 in this series. Whoever's running the pitch clock is falling asleep tonight. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, first base side, scooped by Cullen, and they get Dean Miller, but the Range Riders regain the lead. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We move to the bottom of the third. Glacier regains the lead at 7-6.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers of Local 449 and the Idaho National Electrical Contractors Association are proud supporters of Chukars Baseball. For over 100 years, their members and contractors have been strong supporters of communities through local charities. They support the Idaho Food Bank, Red Cross, Habitat House, Salvation Army, Shriners Circus, and many more. And now they're asking for your help in their Helmets to Hard Hats program that helps hire veterans into a new career. Remember, when you want a quality professional electrical installation, call one of the members of IBEW Local 449 to get the job done right.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. a proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale, all backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
This is Bob Beeler, voice of the Boise State Broncos. And once again this year, we will be bringing Boise State sports to our fans and alumni in eastern Idaho. You can follow the Broncos on KSPZ, the Sports Zone, at 980 AM, 98.7 FM, and on the web at 980thezone.com. In addition, the Andy Avalos and Leon Rice coaches shows will be on the air, as well as the daily Broncos Sports Report.
This is Hunter Hudson from Chandler, Oklahoma. You're listening to the Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Chukars down 7-6. Wyatt, Cullen, and Myro. As Jack White bounced back in a big way, gave up 6 runs in the first inning on 44 pitches. Sat down the Chukars in order in the second on 7 pitches.
44 pitches to 7 pitches. I mean, you can't have 2 more opposite innings than what Jack White did in the first 2, so we'll see if the Chukars can bounce back like they did in the first or continue like they did in the second.
Tyler Wyatt singled and knocked in a run back in that 6-run first. And he swings at the first pitch. It's a high pop-up infield. Dennison makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Same exact way the second started.
Now here's Stephen Cullen, had a bases-loaded walk to pick up his 30th RBI. Well, for some reason, a stockyard smell has hit the ballpark.
I'm hoping the less we address it, the more it goes away.
Fastball caught the outside edge. Trackman says it was outside, but whatever, it's 0-1. That pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, I don't know what Jack White did between the first and the second innings, but whatever he did, it's working.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch, foul back, and it's 1-2. He gave up 4 base hits. He walked 3. He balked in a run. But since then, 4 up, 4 down. And Cullen in the hole, 1-2. That's outside, 2-2. White, the lefty, into the windup. And Cullen swings and misses for out number 2.
Boy, make it 6 in a row retired for Jack White. All of a sudden, he has really shown up in a big way in these second and third innings, and for Glacier, it's exactly what they needed. Feels like neither team was going to pull away from this one, but if White can continue like this for the rest of the game, he'll give his team a shot, that's for sure.
Here's Jordan Myro. He also had a bases-loaded walk for an RBI. And White starts him off with a fastball in the zone, 0-1. Only the second strikeout for Jack White. But he has found his groove. Swing and a miss. Myro chased one in the dirt. Nasty slider from the lefty, White, and it's 0-2.
0-2 count. Jack White, he started the at-bat with a fastball up. That last pitch, a changeup, chased down low in the dirt. So he's going north to south right now, and he can go in any direction he wants on this third pitch.
Myro in a deep hole, 0-2. Fastball, the waste pitch. Myro takes it for a ball, 1-2. Well, they have Hunter Hudson's picture up on the scoreboard. Ground ball, third base, Raper. Fields, throws, and boy, another quick 3 up, 3 down inning for lefty Jack White. We played 3 on your Thursday night, the final night of August. 7 Glacier, 6 Idaho Falls.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Page Insurance in Idaho Falls if auto owners make sense for you. Fibercom has been voted the best and most reliable internet company in Idaho. Sign up today to experience world-class high-speed internet services and the Fibercom difference. Their local teams are here to assist you with all of your internet needs. Contact them today at 208-403-0505 or go to fibercom.net. Fibercom is a proud sponsor of Chukars Baseball, and they're looking forward to serving Chucker fans throughout Southeast Idaho.
After choosing to serve in the military, you should have access to the best resources available. At Mission 43, we understand your situation because we've lived it. Leaving the military can feel uncomfortable, which is why we've helped thousands of veterans and spouses just like you advance to a better quality of life in Idaho after the military. So stop wondering if the military is the last great thing you'll do, and instead, own your transition back to civilian life with confidence. Visit mission43.org and become a member today.
Hi, my name is Stephen Cohen from Dahlonega, Georgia, and you're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
We move to the top of the fourth. Your line score through 3. Glacier, 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Idaho Falls, 6 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. And for your middle inning play-by-play, here's my partner, Max Stapleton.
Well, thank you, John. Joe Slocum back on the mound for Idaho Falls. He'll face off against Christian Kirtley, Cruz Taylor, and Jackson Raper, the 3 batters due up for the Range Riders. This game, it's gone back and forth to a massive extent in the first couple of innings. Glacier started the game off with 3 runs in the top of the first. Chukars answered back with 6 of their own, then 2 in the second and 2 in the third for the Range Riders, and that's what has them out to their 7-6 lead right now. Slocum, he's yet to pitch a scoreless inning in this one, looking for his first, and now would be a great time for it. First pitch into Kirtley, a breaking ball finds the outside corner, and the count goes to 0-1 on him. Kirtley, he's 0 for 1 on the day, did have a 4-pitch walk in the second. Next, Slocum offering. Hard ground ball, but a foul ball down the third baseline, and it quickly goes to 0-2 now. For Christian Kirtley, he's now 1 for 6 against Joe Slocum on the year. A couple of strikeouts, does have an RBI, but I would say Slocum has won the season battle so far between these two, and we'll see if he can continue it. The 0-2. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. So moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Slocum from the windup, next pitch in. Skied in the air, behind home plate. Hunter Hudson gives it a look, but runs out of room. Hits off the top of the press box and back into the third row in front of us.
Max, I had my eye on Tony Frichette's mom, and she was covering her head.
Hey, she's wearing the helmet today.
Yeah. She's just playing it safe after getting hit hard on the back of the noggin in last night's game.
It really is funny. From the windup, Slocum's 1-2 once again. This time it's driven high and deep to left center field. Going back to center fielder Myro. And he made the catch. Ooh, I lost that one in the lights. It was hit 400 feet to the left center field cap, and I think everyone thought it was gone off the bat. But that time around, Christian Kirtley got way under it, hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark, and Myro makes the catch because of that.
Last night, that ball would have traveled 500 feet.
Yeah, you're exactly right. With the 30-mile-per-hour winds out into center field, I mean, there's no chance that one wouldn't go out yesterday. But all it is allowed out number 1. Cruz Taylor steps up to the plate next and watches the first pitch miss down low for ball 1. Taylor off to a good start. He's 2 for 2. Also has an RBI and a run scored. Good game today. Having a good series in general is Cruz Taylor. Slocum's 1-0. Fouled straight back into the netting, make it 1-1. Taylor, he's now 5 for 8 against the Chukars in the first couple games of this set. Of his 5 hits, a double, a home run, as well as 7 RBIs against Idaho Falls. Righty on lefty matchup, the 1-1. Misses upstairs, make it 2-1 now. In general, Cruz Taylor has had just a lot of success against the Chukars and fairly minimum time played. He lines one fairly deep into left field this time around. Bryce Brown going back, and it's a foul ball. Brown really chased after that one, going towards his backhand side into the left field corner, but ultimately just couldn't get it. So it's strike number 2, evens up the count at 2-2. Cruz Taylor, he has a lot of speed. He was already halfway to third by the time that ball landed. Taking a quick look over. Highland still beating Skyline 24-12. They're in the third quarter now. Cruz Taylor taking as much time as he wants to get back into the plate, but now he is. And Slocum's 2-2. Lined right back up the middle. There's another base hit for the Range Riders. A little jam shot into center field, and now Cruz Taylor's going to go for second. Jordan Myro bobbles it in center field, and boy, that's going to go as a double for Cruz Taylor. But a big mistake by Jordan Myro that time around. Hey, good hustle from Cruz Taylor. He was thinking double the entire way. The pitch off of Slocum was in on his hands, and Taylor just jammed it out into center field, and it was very, very shallow. Jordan Myro charged on, maybe rushed it a little bit because he bobbled it out there. So now runner on second base after the double. Still only one man gone. Jackson Raper stepping up to the plate. It's back-to-back lefties in the lineup for the Range Riders, and the first pitch in. Skied in the air, foul or fair territory down the first base line, now drifting into foul territory, and no one's going to get there as it goes out of play. It looked like no one knew who was going to catch that one. Eduardo Acosta ranged over there, and he was only an inch behind Stephen Cullen in foul territory, and you have a feeling that, I don't know, that ball probably wouldn't have been caught. Some of the mistakes in the field today for Idaho Falls already. Well, it's strike number 1 on Raper. Raper so far today, he's 1 for 2. Next offering in from Joe. Breaking ball misses up and away, evens up the count at 1 apiece here. Well, for Raper, he hit an RBI single back in the first. That means his hit streak, it's now at double digits, 10 games. He's been red hot as of late, hitting 400 in his last 5 games, and I can continue on and on with how good his stats have been for a while. Now the 1-1. Fastball just off the outer edge, make it 2-1. It's a righty on lefty matchup. Chukars trail by a run, and once again the Range Riders threatening. 2-1. A hard line drive into the netting in right field. Obviously foul, and it goes to 2-2, but boy, that ball was rocketed at 100 miles per hour off the bat of Jackson Raper. Just caught himself out in front of a Slocum breaking ball. So Joe peers in for the signs, but the pitch clock is winding down. He comes set, but he has to get it off, and he does. The 2-2. A high fly ball deep into right field. Trevor Halsema is just going to sit back and watch this one fly. No, a foul ball. Oh, wow. I lost sight of it in that right field corner, but that looked like a shot the entire way. I apologize. It was hit 412 feet, 100 miles per hour off the bat. But Mike Carr put his hands up, an emphatic foul ball call, and Joe Slocum gets another chance at life here. It's the loudest foul ball you'll probably ever see. So how does Slocum respond here? 2 hard foul-offs in a row. Once again, a 2-2. Line back up the middle, left center field, getting over there Jordan Myro, but he won't get there. It'll drop right in front of him, roll all the way to the wall. 1 run comes around to score from second, going into third with an RBI triple is Jackson Raper. And the Range Riders extend their lead. It's 8-6. Boy, Raper, 3 really hard hit balls in a row in that at-bat. He finally straightened it out that last time around. It was a fastball from Slocum over the heart of the plate, and Raper drilled it at 101 miles per hour to the left center field gap. So for Jackson Raper, he picks up his second RBI of the day. Runner on third, still only one man gone. It's Kingston Liniak stepping up to the plate again. He's 1 for 1. A 2-ribby double back in the first, and he also worked a walk. Infield comes in for the Chukars, and Liniak hits one fairly deep to center field. At the warning track, Jordan Myro, he makes the catch, but that's well deep enough for a run to score. Jackson Raper touches home plate, and it's now a 9-6 game. So nobody on and 2 men gone. 1 run home in the inning. Matt Clayton steps up to the plate next. First pitch into him. Slider just misses the outside corner. Count goes to 1-0. Clayton 1 for 2. Overall in the year, he's only a .250 hitter. When there's 2 outs or well, there's no such thing as more than 2 outs in an inning, so when there's 2 outs in a frame. But he lines one into left field for another base hit, the 3rd of the inning, and the 10th of the game, or the 11th of the game for the Range Riders. Matt Clayton, he jumps to 2 for 3 on the day now as Ben Fitzgerald steps up to the plate next. Joe Slocum didn't like the ball, so he needs to get a new one. Once again, it looks like action just getting started in that Chukars bullpen. So Joe Slocum faces at least another batter here, and it looks like Jacob Bogatz. First pitch in. Breaking ball at the knees for strike 1. Hey, that's a really good pitch from Slocum. You're not going to see a whole lot of hitters be able to hit that one, but it's about consistently locating it there. Much easier said than done. Count goes to 0-1. Fitzgerald 1 for 1. Next offering. In the dirt. Nicely stopped by Hunter Hudson behind the plate. Evens up the count, 1 apiece. Well, Fitzgerald, he's 1 for 1 today against Joe Slocum. On the season now, he's 3 for 5 against him. Runner on first, 2 men gone. 2 runs already home in a now 9-6 ball game. The 1-1. High fly ball, once again deep to center field. Jordan Myro at the warning track. Now he charges back in, and he makes the catch for the final out of this 3rd inning. So for the Range Riders, they get 2 more runs on 3 base hits. No errors, and they leave 1 man stranded on the base paths, but they now lead this one, 9-6, here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
BYU football.
In the end zone, it's another touchdown for Keanu Hill.
Saturday, the BYU Cougars open the season hosting the Sam Houston Bearcats.
In the end zone, touchdown, Cody Epps.
BYU versus Sam Houston. Coverage begins Saturday at 6:15 p.m. here on this BYU Sports Network station.
You can listen to all BYU football games, both home and away, on 100.7 My FM, playing today's best music.
Hi, this is Brandon Boning from Los Angeles, and you're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Chukars back up to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Hunter Hudson, Brandon Boning, and Bryce Brown, the 3 batters coming up. Jack White, after having a 44-pitch first inning in which he gave up 6 runs on 4 hits, it has been straight zeros since then. He has retired 7 Chukars in a row. He threw 7 pitches in that 2nd inning. And he threw 10 pitches in the 3rd, so he's been very efficient ever since having a lot of trouble, and we'll see if the Chukars can bounce back, now trailing by 3 runs, 9-6. Boning so far today, Hudson so far today when he steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1, but picked up an RBI on a ground out. Can't get over Anthony Frichette's mother wearing the helmet down the 3rd base line. You know, I think a lot of the consensus is that Anthony Frichette might be the funniest player on the team. There's a strike into Hunter Hudson. Well, I can see where he gets it from. It's a pretty funny joke by his mom. Now the 0-1 pitch to Huddy on the outside corner, and Hudson quickly behind 0-2. You could tell he didn't like that last call, though. Trackman had it about 50-50. So Slocum for the Chukars, he really slowed down his approach, and Jack White is really speeding it up as this game goes along. 0-2 pitch misses well outside. Count goes to 1-2. And that's not here nor there. It's different things, and, you know, every pitcher has a different approach in facing hitters, but Jack White really moving quickly. 1-2 pitch misses up and away. Make it 2-2 now. Lefty on righty matchup as it is for all 9 hitters with the Chukars, and Hudson bloops one right to the right fielder, Cruz Taylor. And that's going to be out number 1. I was getting ready to say there's a base hit for Hunter Hudson because it looked like it was going to be a single the entire way, but man, that one really just hung up there long enough for Cruz Taylor. So called a line out for out number 1, and now Brandon Boning steps up to the plate. Boning so far today, well, he's 1 for 1, but taking his first at-bat since the 1st. Had an RBI single then. Now the first pitch into him misses upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. Well, it doesn't get a whole lot hotter than Brandon Boning right now. He's hitting .438 in his last 5 games. Next offering, up and away, 2-0. He's on a 4-game hit streak, actually 5 including today, and what is now a 16-game on-base streak for him. The 2-0. Misses down low, and Boning in a pretty good spot here. 3 balls to no strikes. Sun has completely gone down here at the Luke. We're getting close to approaching hour number 2 of this ball game here in the 4th inning. 3-0 offering outside, and it's ball 4. I don't know if Brandon Boning thought that one was a ball. Trackman had it there, but Boning stood at the plate a little longer. He works a very easy 4-pitch walk. And it's the 4th walk of the day given up by Jack White. It ends a streak of 8 batters in a row retired by White. He still had 9 batters in a row without giving up a base hit, though. And Bryce Brown will step up to the plate. First offering, fastball in there for a strike at the knees. And the count goes to 0-1. Brown, he's 0 for 1 so far today. Did work a walk in the first and later scored because of it. Jack White from the stretch. His next pitch in. Line to right field, but it goes foul and out of play. Make it 0-2. Oh, Bryce Brown, he's 4 for 7 in this series against the Range Riders. Hitting pretty well against Glacier. He hasn't taken a whole lot of at-bats against Glacier this year. Does have 4 RBIs in the series as well. The 0-2. Jammed into right field, foul territory, and it goes out of play. So we'll see at least one more 0-2 offering. White set. Next pitch in. Just off the outside corner. Good take there by Bryce Brown. Pretty close pitch. Now moves to a ball and 2 strikes on him. It's a runner on first with 1 man gone. Chukars trail by 3. Next pitch in, a wave and a miss, and that's strike 3. For Jack White, only his 3rd strikeout of this game. Now with 2 away, it's Eduardo Acosta stepping back up to the plate. Eddie continuing to stay hot on the year. He's 1 for 2 so far. First pitch into him, finds the strike zone at the knees. Count goes to 0-1. Oh, Boning, he was the first base runner to reach in 9 batters for the Chukars. Now Idaho Falls, they're in danger of stranding him there on first. The 0-1. Oh, a really close pitch. And again, a very close take. But TrackMan had it as a ball, was ruled a ball, so it goes to 1-1 now. Boy, Eduardo Acosta, he's a .373 hitter whenever there's 2 gone in an inning. But he waves and misses at the next offering. A really good breaking ball as it bent down in the strike zone, and it goes to 1-2. White trying to end the inning here. Next pitch in, slow roller to the left side, but it goes foul of that 3rd baseline. Remains 1-2 on Eduardo Acosta, battling here. Acosta yesterday, he had another multi-hit game on the season. Went 2 for 5 in last night's game, trying to make it 2 for 3 right here. One-two pitch, misses high and upstairs, so 2-2 now. White set already, the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Another good breaking ball as Acosta goes down swinging. For Jack White, it's his 4th K of the game and the final out here in the 4th. So for the Chukars, they get no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Idaho Falls still trails this one by a 9-6 score here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
In my Idaho, we drive well. That's why I'm shifting the conversation. Now, instead of going on about distracted driving, I'm talking about engaged driving. And I'm shifting the way I drive. More focused, more in the moment. Phone put away, radio left alone. Even old King sitting down where he belongs. Why? Because we're better than that around here. And most of us are already doing the right thing. So let's keep the conversation going and make the shift together.
Shift, an engaged driving initiative. Visit shift-idaho.org for more information.
At Smith Honda, we believe that buying a car should be simple. And now selling your car is simple too. We're building our inventory and we need your car. We'll buy any car with no purchase necessary. Just bring your car, truck, or van in, we'll appraise it and get you a check right away. It's that easy. This is Smith Honda, where buying, leasing, and selling your car is simple. It's so simple that there's nothing else to say.
State-of-the-art cancer facilities, up-to-the-minute knowledge, brilliant doctors, experienced nurses, the latest tools, research, and technology. None of it matters if you're seen as just another number. At Teton Cancer Institute, not only do we provide the most innovative treatment in southeastern Idaho, we offer uncompromising, compassionate care. And with us in your corner, you'll never fight alone. Visit TetonCancer.com to learn more, an affiliate of Mountain View Hospital.
Hi, I'm Jordan Meyer from Los Angeles, California, and you're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
New pitcher stepping up to the mound for Idaho Falls. It's the 6'4", 200-pound right-hander out of Mill Creek, Washington, Jacob Bogatz, making yet another appearance on the year. For Bogatz, in fact, it's his 28th of the season. He's 1-1 with a 6.39 ERA. In exactly 31 innings of work for Jacob this season, he's walked 22 but struck out 32. And opponents are hitting .306 off of him on the year. For Bogatz, it's his 2nd appearance of this series. He pitched in Game 2, and that was Game 2 of the doubleheader. He worked a scoreless inning, walking one and striking out one, and right now you get the feeling that Bogats is kind of on a one-inning pitch limit. Back in Billings, in the final games in Billings, he worked a perfect 1-2-3 inning on 6 pitches, but then they replaced him an inning later. So wonder if it's going to be the same case for him again today, or if Dave Clark will give him a little bit of a longer leash. He'll face off against the 9, 1, and 2-hole hitters for the Range Riders, starting with Mason Dennison, who's had a productive day. 2 plate appearances for him, but no at-bats. He's 0 for 0 with a sac bunt and a sac fly. First pitch into him, a check swing, but Mike Carr said he went around, and the count goes to 0-1. Well, for Joe Slocum today, he worked 4 innings, gave up 11 hits and 9 runs, but only 6 of them were earned. 3 walks to 2 strikeouts for Slocum. He's in line for the loss as of now. Next pitch in gets fouled off, and the count quickly goes to 0-2 on Dennison. Well, if you're Jacob Bogats, he has been really good as of late, but you know he wants to get Dennison right here, right now. You never want runners on base for Gabe Howell or Dean Miller. You can start including Christian Kirtley in that conversation as well in the 3-hole, who has really been excelling mostly in the second half, but it's been a good year all around for him too. Bogats takes the deep breath, the 0-2. Pitch in the dirt, nice stop behind the plate by Huddy, make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ronald Acuna just hit his 30th home run of the season tonight. He has 60 stolen bases. First ever player to have 30 home runs and 60 stolen bases in Major League Baseball. I didn't realize he had 60. The 1-2 pitch in there for a called strike 3 at the knees. Mason Dennison goes down looking, and Jacob Bogats picks up right where he left off. First batter of the game he faces, first strikeout of the game, and obviously out number 1. Now Gabe Howell will step up to the plate. Howell, another good day for him. He's 2 for 3, a double, a single, 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored. Ronald Acuna, man. Is there any doubt who the National League MVP is this year? I don't think so. First pitch into Howell, misses upstairs, make it 1-0. Do you think there now becomes a debate in the American League with Shohei Ohtani and the UCL tear he faced, but in all likelihood, it's still Shohei Ohtani. Bogats set his 1-0 offering. Down low in the dirt, make it 2-0 now. Gave you a little scoring update on high school football. Highland. I keep on saying Highline. Well, Highland extends their lead. It's now 31-12, still in the 3rd quarter. Bogats trying to battle back in this at-bat, the 2-0. Breaking ball, misses upstairs, make it 3-0 now. For Gabe Howell, including today, 4-game hit streak, 5-game on-base streak. He's on the league leaderboards in 3 separate hitting categories. Now the 3-0, in there for a strike, make it 3-1. Howell, he's 4th in the league in runs scored, 4th in the league in walks, and 6th in stolen bases. There are 4 separate Range Riders all in the top 10 in stolen bases this year in the league. 3-1 pitch, fouled off, and Bogats battles back, makes it full from 3-0 down to 3-2. Well, Skyline scores a touchdown, a long touchdown, it looks like that too. Now here and now, Bogats his payoff pitch. Slow roller to the 3rd baseman, Tyler Wyatt fields it on the backhand, fires to first in time. And 2 up and 2 down and facing Jacob Bogats so far. Now here comes that man again, it's Dean Miller. Miller, he's 0 for 3. A rare 0 for 3, reached base once on an E6 from Brandon Boning. So some would say he's due, some would say he's cold. Depends how your baseball morals go. First pitch into him. Breaking ball in there for a strike on the outside corner. Count goes to 0-1. Well, Miller looking to extend a couple of really good streaks. Actually, he's already extended his on-base streak to now 21 games. but his hit streak still stays at 5 up to this point. Bogaerts is 0-1. In there for a strike. Same pitch, same spot, make it 0-2. And Bogaerts only a pitch away from working the first scoreless inning of the day for the Chukars in the field. The 0-2. Fastball misses low and away. A ball and 2 strikes. For Bogaerts, it is kind of fun just watching his routine. Every pitcher does something different. For Jacob, swivels his hips, peers into the signs, takes a deep breath, puts his hands over his head, and then crosses his front foot over his back foot. 1-2 pitch, skied in the air, but well foul and out of play down the right field line. So we'll do the 1-2 at least one more time. Bogaerts set. And once again, the 1-2. Fastball, maybe just got over the top of that one, make it 2-2. Dean Miller's a tough batter to put away. There's not a whole lot he doesn't do. He'll foul off pitches, battle pitches, hits for average, steals bases, hits for power. Just a tough hitter to face. The 2-2. Another foul ball. Goes out of play. We'll do another 2-2 pitch. Well, if the at-bat ever ends, it'll be Christian Kirtley on deck for the Range Riders. Bogaerts set. Next pitch in, swing and a miss for strike 3. And after a very good battle, Jacob Bogaerts gets Miller swinging for out number 3. Well, the first 1-2-3 inning of the day, the first scoreless inning of the day for the Chukars in the field. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Idaho Falls still trail by 3, 9-6 here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
KSPZ 980 Ammon, Idaho Falls, and 98.7 FM K254DI, Idaho Falls. All sports all the time. Heard online at 980thezone.com. Calling all parents, you still have time to sign your kids up to be members of the Just for Kids Dentistry Junior Chukars Club. Membership is for kids 12 and under and includes free admission to 5 games, plus members will also receive an official Junior Chukars swag box that includes a team cap, notepads, stickers, autograph book, and more, all for only $25, and parents can save too. Visit Melaleuca Field now or at any game, or call 522-836-3 for more details. It's the Junior Chukars Club, proudly sponsored by Sparklight and Just for Kids Dentistry and Orthodontics.
Upgrade your summer at Wackley Auto Center. We have all your professional grade GMC, Cadillac, and Buick vehicles ready for summer adventures. And for the entire month of August, we're discounting all 2023 Buicks $1,000 below invoice and as low as 4.15% at 60 months. Hurry, this summer special is for a short time or until supplies last. This is a perfect time to upgrade to a new Buick at Wackley Auto Center, 1363 North Holmes Avenue in Idaho Falls. We are professional grade.
Since 1958.
Brisket, ribs, pulled pork, smoked turkey breast. What more could you ask for? How about Hellfire Barbecue's own homemade sausage? Hellfire Barbecue's menu is handcrafted to meet all your tender dreams. The brisket smokes on average 16 hours over a real oak wood fire inside 1,000-gallon pits. This is the real deal. Hellfire Barbecue, 645 North Holmes in Idaho Falls. Open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 8 and until 9 on Friday and Saturday. You'll love the queue at Hellfire Barbecue. And no, it's not spicy.
Hey, this is Sam Troyer from Goshen, Indiana, and you're listening to Idaho Falls Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Jack White back on the mound for the Range Riders as we're now entering the bottom of the 5th. Chukars trail 9-6, and the man who brought us back from a commercial break will also kick off the inning for the Chukars. It's Sam Troyer stepping up to the plate. Troyer, he's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out for him in 2 at-bats, and now facing White for the 3rd time, first pitch in. Fastball misses upstairs. Count goes to 1-0. For the Chukars, they've scored 6 runs on 4 hits in this game, but they haven't had a base hit since the 1st inning. Next pitch in, misses down low, 2-0. So I think it's safe to say that Jack White has really settled into this game quite nicely. Pitch count is getting up there, and over half of them still from the first inning. As Troyer lines one into right field, but it goes foul. Count goes to 2-1 now. Oh, White, he tossed 44 pitches in the first. Now, starting the fifth. This will only be his 84th. 2-1, misses upstairs, make it 3-1. Chukars will love to get their leadoff man aboard here any way possible. 3-1 offering. Little jam shot, foul ball, goes out of play, and runs it full, 3-2. Not a whole lot of fans have left the seats tonight. Game started off not the greatest for the Chukars, and maybe some left very early, but game's never over till the fat lady sings. Payoff pitch, misses upstairs, and that's ball 4. So Troyer works the leadoff walk. And it's the 5th walk given up by Jack White today. Now we go over to one of the most consistent hitters, not just on the Chukars, but in the Pioneer League in general. It's Trevor Halsema stepping up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. His 1 base hit back in the first. Moves his hit streak to now 4 games. Lefty on righty, first pitch in. A hard ground ball, but it goes foul of that first baseline. Make it 0-1. For Halsema, he's another hot hitter, another Chukar hitting over 400 over his last 5 games. Not to mention he also has 5 RBIs over that span. Next offering in, once again fouled off down the right field line, so it quickly goes to 0-2 on Halsema. Not to mention as well for Trevor, he hits about 25 points better, average points better when facing lefties than righties. 0-2 pitch. Ooh, a good take by Halsema. A breaking ball just missed low of the zone. I mean, just missed. Now White. His 1-2. Once again fouled off by Halsema. So Jack White seems to be a north to south type of pitcher. A lot of pitches up and down in the strike zone, and he's pitched 3 up to Halsema. All 3 of those pitches have been fouled off to the right side. The 1 pitch down, well, it was taken for a ball. So let's see where he goes here. The 1-2. Down low, taken for a ball once again. Sure, Jack White might not be the happiest with that call in the world. Evens up the count at 2 apiece to Halsema, and White working quickly. He's already set. Now slowing down. The 2-2. Upstairs, make it 3-2. What a battle we're seeing here between Trevor Halsema and Jack White. Started off in an 0-2 count. Halsema fouled off a good 2-strike pitch and took the next 3. So, White, his payoff pitch. Chopped foul, will do it again. Really good battle here by Halsema. He's a fun guy to watch at the plate. He's selective, but not overly so. Maybe at the beginning of the year, he took a few too many strikeouts looking, but really in the second half, it hasn't been an issue whatsoever. It's really helped out his average points, his on-base percentage, and so on. Another 3-2. Another foul ball. Pitch number 9 coming up next between White and Halsema. Once again, the payoff pitch. Line drive, in and out of the glove of Gabe Howell into center field for a base hit. Sam Troyer takes a big turn around second, but he'll stay put right there. Call it a 9-pitch single for Trevor Halsema. He had to work for that one, that's for sure. And another good at-bat. Halsema picks up his second base hit of the day. Runners on first and second for the Chukars, nobody gone. And now it looks like the athletic trainer for the Range Riders going out to check on Gabe Howell. Looked like Howell might have grabbed his shoulder made a leaping try and really extended himself to try to catch that Halsimo line drive. You can understand how something might be a little messed up there, but that's a big piece for the Range Riders to even just be a little dinged up if he is. It's good to see him stay in this game as the athletic trainer heads back towards the dugout. So Tyler Wyatt steps up to the plate. Already 1 for 2 on the day. And for the Chukars, it's their first base hit since the first inning, coming off the bat of Trevor Halsimo last time around. First pitch into Tyler Wyatt. Breaking ball misses down low. Count goes to 1-0. Well, for Wyatt, he's now on a 5-game hit streak, 8-game on-base streak. He hits .359 with runners in scoring position this year. That's fantastic. Next offering in, misses upstairs, make it 2-0 now as John Natoli warms up in that left field bullpen. Nuttily. Now the 2-0. Ooh, in there for a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch on the outer edge, and nothing Tyler Wyatt could really do other than watch that one fly by. Make it 2-1. Next offering in, fouled straight off into home plate, and it goes to 2-2 now. Runners on first and second, a lefty on righty matchup, and nobody gone. Next pitch in, a breaking ball looked like it slipped out of the hand of Jack White there, missed well upstairs and outside. Count runs full, 3-2. Boy, Tyler Wyatt is having a great year. He's having a great year against Jack White specifically. Now the payoff. Hard chopper, could be 2. Howell, he flips to second for 1. The relay to first in time. That's a huge double play for the Range Riders. It goes 6-4-3. And all of a sudden from runners on first and second with nobody out to only a runner on third and 2 men gone as Stephen Cullen steps up to the plate next. So Cullen steps up. He's 0 for 1, but has an RBI on a walk that came with the bases loaded in the first. His other at-bat struck out swinging. First pitch to him this time around misses well upstairs. Make it a 1-0 count. Well, the walk extended Cullen's on-base streak to a whopping 20 games now. He's been really proficient at getting on base, being productive. And he grounds one hard down the left field line, but it goes foul. Make it 1-1. For Cullen, you'd expect this to be a matchup that works well, similar to everyone on the Chukars roster other than 2 players he hits better than lefties than righties. 1-1 pitch, big wave and a miss. Make it a 1-2 count. Man. Even the lefties on the Chukars roster, including Mark Herron Jr. when he was still here, hit better against lefties than righties. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Blew the fastball right by him for out number 3 here in this 5th inning. Well, Jack White, he picks up his 5th strikeout of the game, and for the Chukars, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Idaho Falls still trails by a 9-6 score here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Wada Farms is one of America's largest grower shippers of fresh potatoes, onions, and sweet potatoes for retail buyers and the food distribution industries. And Wada Farms is proud to support community baseball with the Idaho Falls Chukars. Why? Because they've been committed to serving this community for over 80 years. This year, Wada Farms is proud to present Spud Kings Night at the Chukars on September 7th, when the Chukars will wear Spud Kings jerseys that you can purchase after the game. All proceeds will go to the Snake River Animal Shelter.
Idaho Central Credit Union does not believe in playing games. They know that when it comes to your money, it's hard-earned, and they want to make sure your peace of mind is always first and foremost. And when it comes to securing that needed auto loan or home loan or just a refi, Idaho Central Credit Union leaves playing games to the pros. You know, like the Idaho Falls Chukars, who they proudly support. They also proudly support you and look forward to earning your business. So stop by any of the many Idaho Central Credit Union branches for all of your financial needs.
Bank of Idaho is proud to be a longtime sponsor of Chukars Baseball. The ballpark is a place where dust, hard work, and endless practice merge with families, summer fun, and likely a hot dog or two. It embodies what Bank of Idaho offers, a path to obtaining the American dream. Let us help fulfill your dreams, from new home purchases and small business loans to long-term financial planning, with online banking from anywhere. Bank of Idaho, the bank with a heart. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You are listening to Idaho Falls Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone. Now, back to the ballpark with more Chukars Baseball.
Jacob Bogat's back out there for the Chukars, now moving into the 6th inning of this game. Mentioned it an inning ago, but Bogat's, despite having pitched really well in his last couple of outings, he's been limited to 1 inning of work each time. Well, now he's going into his 2nd inning of work today. A frame ago, Jacob Bogat's, he threw 17 pitches, struck out 2, and got the other batter to ground out in the first scoreless inning of the game for the Chukars in the field. Well, now Bogat's will face off against Kirtley, Taylor, and Raper, the 3 batters coming to the plate. Sounds like a law firm. Righty-on-righty matchup to kick off this top of the 6th. Chukars trail by a 9-6 score. First offering in. Ooh, a good-looking 12-6 bender finds the strike zone, and the count goes to 0-1. Kirtley is 0 for 2 today with a walk. Kirtley, he has a lot of really good numbers on the air, and he'll give you maybe his best. Next pitch in, a big swing and a miss. The count quickly goes to 0-2. Kirtley's a .556 hitter whenever he leads off an inning. It's cartoonish numbers. But Bogat's trying to put a dent in that trend here. 0-2 pitch, misses upstairs. Make it 1-2 now. Last night, Christian Kirtley, he was one of a couple of range riders to have 7 at-bats in the game. Tells you the offensive battle we saw yesterday. Now the 1-2 pitch. Slider misses off the outside corner, evens it up 2 apiece. Overall, Kirtley, he went 3 for 7, had a 2-run home run. No base hits up to this point today. Now the 2-2. Slow grounder to the shortstop. Brandon Boning fields, fires on the run in time. Nice looking play by Brandon Boning that time around, and it's out number 1 here in the 6th. 4 batters have come to the plate facing Bogat's today. All 4 of them have gone back to the dugout with their heads down. Now Cruz Taylor, who has not gone back to the dugout with his head down once today, steps up to the plate. He's 3 for 3, a double, a couple of singles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. In a word, productive. First Bogat's offering into Taylor. Fastball misses the outside corner. Taylor checked his swing, appealed down to third, and Drew Buffelli said he didn't go around, so the count goes to 1-0. Taylor, he's on the leaderboards in 1 category this year, and that's stolen bases with 22 of them. It's tied for 9th most in the league. Next pitch in. Breaking ball misses upstairs. 2-0 now. Oh, and think about this. 22 stolen bases for Cruz Taylor, and he's not an everyday player for the Range Riders. He hasn't been caught as well. He's 22 for 22. So you don't want to let this man get on base. 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses low. Make it 3-0. Believe in Glacier, whenever Cruz Taylor will step up to the plate, the PA announcer calls him the Cruise Missile. It's a fitting nickname. 3-0. in there for a strike at the knees. Really good 3-0 pitch from Bogats, make it 3-1. It's a righty on lefty matchup, nobody on, one man gone. Bogats looking to retire his 5th in a row. 3-1 pitch, down low, there's ball 4. So Bogats gives up his first base runner of the day via the free pass. Make it a runner on first with one man gone, and now it's Jackson Raper's turn to step up to the plate. So it looks like there's some activity getting started in the Chukars bullpen, as well as Natoli, I believe, or Nuttalley's still warming up in that left field pen. Well, Jackson Raper, the second of 2 lefties in this lineup for the Range Riders. He's 2 for 3 today. A single, a triple, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Fouls off the first pitch he sees, make it 0-1. Well, Raper, he went 2 for 3 against Joe Slocum today. The last time those two squared off, he went 3 for 4 against him. So overall, it's 5 for 7 against Slocum on Raper's career. Or this season, actually. I believe Raper was here last year. Now the 0-1. Fastball misses off the outer edge, make it 1-1 now. He was with Billings last year, was Raper. On top of that, Raper earlier today hit his 3rd triple of the year. 2 of them have come off of Slocum. Quick check on the runner on first, but Cruz Taylor gets back in there safely. Once again, we just mentioned it. He's a threat to steal. One of the biggest threat to steals in the league. Now the 1-1 pitch. Hard chopper, but foul of the first baseline, just foul, and it goes to 1-2. Well, that's kind of the result you're looking for if you're Jacob Bogats on the mound with a runner on first and 1 gone. You're looking to try to turn 2. Hard ground ball, usually will do that for you, but it just went foul. So Bogats, the 1-2. Another foul ball down the first base line. Jackson Raper doing a really good job of just staying alive in this one. Does feel like the pace of this game, when the Chukars are on defense, slows down drastically. 1-2 pitch, line drive into left field. It's a fair ball, and it should be extra bases for Jackson Raper. Heading into third is Cruz Taylor. He'll stop there. Into second bases with a double, Jackson Raper, and now the Range Riders, they're threatening here. 2 men in scoring position, only 1 man gone. And now Kingston Liniak will step up to the plate. It's a nice job by Bryce Brown to cut that ball off pretty quickly. It likely saved a run in left field. But a dangerous moment here. Glacier looking to extend on their 3-run lead as it is. Kingston Liniak so far today, well, he's 1 for 1. 3 RBIs. 2 of them came on a double, the other one on a sac fly, and he's also worked a walk. First pitch into him this time around, misses the outside corner. Looked like a breaking ball out of the hands of Jacob Bogats, but just yanked it a little bit, make it 1-0. Well, Liniak, he has 75 strikeouts on the season. That's the 7th most in the league, but he hasn't struck out yet today. Next pitch in, finds the strike zone at the knees, make it 1-1. He did strike out once in yesterday's ball game, did Kingston. Infield in for the Chukars. Next offering in the dirt. Kept in front by Hunter Hudson. Nice job by him. But it moves it to a 2-1 count. Kingston Liniak, I mean, been really prolific at driving in runs this year in general, but he has 8 of them in his last 5 games, and then you include today, make it 11 in his last 6 games. 2-1 pitch, misses upstairs, 3-1, and really another good opportunity for Kingston Liniak to drive in a few more runs. Bogats goes through his motions. The 3-1. Fouled off. Goes out of play behind home plate. Make it 3-2. Looks like Jack Ziggin is warming up in the bullpen for the Chukars. This next out, whenever it comes for Jacob Bogats, will be a very big one for him. Eliminates a lot of RBI possibilities. Now the 3-2. Chopped right to Brandon Boning, the shortstop. They've got the runner on third. That's Cruz Taylor stuck in between the play at the plate in time. And that's out number 2. Cruz Taylor had something to say to home plate umpire Mike Carr after that. Don't know what it was. It didn't look like a complaint to the umpire, but maybe a complaint on the tag of some sort. But either way, a smart heads-up play by Brandon Boning.
I think he was mad at Raper for going from second to third. He had no place to go.
Oh, gotcha.
So a little upset at his teammate for a mental mistake by Raper.
And that was definitely a mental mistake by Raper. It saves a run from being scored for the Chukars. Liniak reaches on the fielder's choice, and now it's Matt Clayton's turn with the bat in his hand.
It's a big inning. Chukars down by only 3. Seems like a lot more than that, but Bogats needs to get this final out.
Well, the first pitch into Matt Clayton, missed down low. Count goes to 1-0. It's a runner on third with 2 men gone. Runners on first and third, actually, with 2 men gone. And I think, John, to your point, Chukars might feel like they're out of this a little more because the offense just hasn't been that productive today. Next pitch in, misses upstairs, 2-0. Well, you look at the first inning, and that was a very productive inning for the Chukars, but since then, they've only had 3 total base runners. And 1 hit. Hunter Hudson, he makes his way to the mound to have a very quick conversation with Jacob Bogats out there. Taking a quick look at some of the important scores around the league and important for these two teams. Raptors beating the Mustangs 10-6 in the top of the 8th. Also in the top of the 8th, Voyagers beating the Paddleheads 7-4. Bogats behind in the count 2-0. Next pitch in. Big wave and a miss and a high heater, make it 2-1 now. Matt Clayton this year, he's a .277 hitter with runners in scoring position. He's a .250 hitter whenever there's 2 outs in an inning, so good but not great numbers for him in those categories. See if Bogats can take advantage. 2-1. Line drive, fairly deep to left field on his horse, Bryce Brown. He's not going to get there. It goes over his head and 1 hops off the wall. 1 run comes around to score. Another run coming to the plate. Called a 2 RBI double for Matt Clayton. And the Range Riders extend on their lead. It's now 11-6. Good piece of contact that time off the bat of Matt Clayton as it looks like Dave Clark will make his way out of the dugout. But boy, a breaking ball turned on and driven 102 miles per hour into left center field as it looks like that'll be the night for Jacob Bogats. He exits 2 outs into this 6th inning. It's a runner on second base, and the Chukars trail 11-6 here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
For Big O Tires on Northgate Mile, here's George and Steph.
You know, Steph, I was thinking about what really sets us apart from all the other tire stores.
Is it our extended hours?
That's good, but that's not the main thing that sets us apart.
What about the fact that we're the only tire store that's open from 9 to 4 on Sundays?
So you're close, but no cigar. Sometimes Sunday is the only time folks can take care of business.
Not to mention that tires blow out and go flat 7 days a week. Is it that nobody in Idaho Falls has been selling tires longer?
Nope. Just you and me, George and Steph. This is the only tire store in town with us.
And you think that's what sets us apart?
It may not be as important as open on Sundays or extended hours, but me and you, Steph, you can't get more apart than that.
Think about what you just said, George. Big O Tires, 265 Northgate Mile in Idaho Falls.
Big O Tires.
BYU football.
In the end zone, it's another touchdown for Keanu Hill.
Saturday, the BYU Cougars open the season hosting the Sam Houston Bearcats.
In the end zone, touchdown, Cody Epps.
BYU versus Sam Houston. Coverage begins Saturday at 6:15 p.m. here on this BYU Sports Network station.
You can listen to all BYU football games, both home and away, on 100.7 My FM, playing today's best music.
Hey, this is Trevor Halsema from San Diego. You're listening to Idaho Falls Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
The new pitcher coming to the mound for Idaho Falls is the 6'1", 190-pound right-hander out of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It's Jack Ziggin on the bump, making his 18th appearance of the year. He doesn't have a record, but does have one save and an 11.85 ERA. And just over 27 innings of work for Ziggin this season. He's walked 13, struck out 17, and opponents are hitting .375 off of Ziggin so far this year. So Bogat's his longest outing in relief in a little bit of a while. Goes 1 2/3 today. Gives up 2 hits and 2 earned runs, as well as a walk and 2 strikeouts. He is responsible for the other runner on second base right now. That's Matt Clayton, who just drove both of them home. So we'll see if Jack Ziggin can get this final out of the frame. The Chukars now trail by 5 runs. It's 11-6. A runner on second base and 2 men gone. It'll be Ben Fitzgerald, the left-hander, coming up to the plate. He's 1 for 2, a single and a walk, as well as a run scored. He was the man who was gunned out at home plate, 7-6-2 on a really good relay from the Chukars. And so Ziggin, his first pitch of the night into Ben Fitzgerald. Breaking ball finds the strike zone. Count goes to 0-1. That was a good backdoor bender that time from Ziggin. For Fitzgerald, he's now 4 for 7 this series against the Chukars. A double and 4 runs scored. Ziggin's 0-1. Big wave and a miss on a pitch down low in the dirt. It skipped away from Hunter Hudson. It's a strike, but also a wild pitch, and moving up to third base, that's Matt Clayton. So runner only 90 feet away from scoring, but 2 men gone, and Jack Ziggin only a pitch away from getting out of the inning. Ziggin peers in for the signs, comes set on the mound. Now the 0-2. Fastball just misses the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes now. Really good pitch on 0-2, but tough take that time, and Fitzgerald executed it well. For Fitzgerald, he hits a lot better against right-handers than left-handers on the season, so should be a matchup that could work out for him. 1-2, another close take just off the outside edge. Evens the count up, 2 apiece. Ziggin set. Now is 2-2. Fouled straight back, and we'll do it at least one more time. Well, Fitzgerald, he worked a walk in the 3rd inning. And that was an 8-pitch walk. So he's battled once tonight already, and he's about to see pitch number 6 in this at-bat. Everybody ready? And a timeout called. I think Hunter Hudson called that one. Might have been the pitch clock winding down. The 2-2. Down low in the dirt, make it full 3-2. By the way, another good stop behind the plate from Hunter Hudson that time around. Saved another run from scoring and making it a 6-run game again. Ziggins set. Now his payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's the final out here in the top of the 6th inning. First strikeout of the game for Jack Ziggins comes on a good bender, breaking low and in on the left-hander. And overall for the Range Riders, they pick up a couple of runs on a couple of base hits. No errors, and they leave one man stranded on the base paths. It's now an 11-6 ball game in favor of the bad guys here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
When you need an experienced injury attorney, you need Brent Gordon. The attorneys at Brent Gordon Law have helped thousands of injury victims recover cash settlements for their clients. Call 23-CRASH now for a free consultation. You can beat Goliath.
Bank of Idaho is proud to be a longtime sponsor of Chukars Baseball. The ballpark is a place where dust, hard work, and endless practice merge with families, summer fun, and likely a hot dog or two. It embodies what Bank of Idaho offers, a path to obtaining the American dream. Let us help fulfill your dreams, from new home purchases and small business loans to long-term financial planning, with online banking from anywhere. Bank of Idaho, the bank with a heart. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Do you have a boring, outdated landscape? Thinking of a new patio with a fire pit? How about landscape lighting? What about an outdoor kitchen? How about all of the above? The landscape design experts at Outback Landscape are ready to help you transform your outdoor space. Go online now to OutbackLandscapeInc.com and sign up for a free consultation and receive a $300 discount on your new custom outdoor space. That's OutdoorLandscapeInc.com. Proud sponsor of the Idaho Falls Chukars.
Thinking of hiring an injury attorney? Think about Brent Gordon. A client review says, "Thank you, Brent Gordon, for fighting my case. You guys are amazing. Call 23-CRASH now for a free consultation. You can beat Goliath."
Hey, this is Tyler Wyatt from the Idaho Falls Chukars, and you're listening to Idaho Falls Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
A new pitcher stepping up to the mound for the Range Riders. For Glacier, it's their 6'1", 205-pound right-hander out of Fairfield, Connecticut. John Natoli stepping up to the plate. Or stepping up to the mound, I should say, not the plate. Overall in the season for Natoli, he's 3-0 with a .475 ERA and 36 innings of work. He's walked 33, struck out 33. Opponents are hitting .238 against him only, but a lot of free passes for Natoli somewhat this year. He'll face off against Jordan Myro to kick off his evening. The first pitch in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Myro so far today, well, he's 0 for 1, but did have an RBI walk not too long ago. Fouls off the next pitch and make it 0-2. Now I remember Natoli, he's a quick worker. A very quick worker, maybe the quickest we've seen in the Pioneer League this year. Now his 0-2 offering. Fouled off. Barely any time to breathe whenever Natoli is pitching. For Jack White, 5 innings of work for him today. He qualifies for the win. 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Next pitch in, misses upstairs. Count goes to 1-2 on Myro. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Natoli comes into this game, strikes out the first batter he sees. And it's out number 1 here in the 6th inning as Hunter Hudson steps up to the plate next.
Now batting for your Chukars, the catcher number 12, Hunter Hudson.
Hunter Hudson back up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today, but does have an RBI on that ground out. First pitch in, misses upstairs, make it 1-0. John and I had a lot of debate on how to pronounce whether it was Nuttoli or John Natoli. I corrected John in the wrong direction in the first game of this series. Now I'm back right, though, as John gives me the emphatic. It ends up being Natoli, not Nuttoli. So we apologize to the Natoli family for saying it wrong in Game 1. Now the 1-1 pitch into Hunter Hudson. Finds the outside corner, make it 1-2. Also want to give a shout out Scott Gladstone, the Range Riders broadcaster, for helping us with the pronunciation. Hudson trying to break out of a little bit of a slump he's in this series. He's 0 for 10 against the Range Riders. Now the 1-2 pitch misses up and away, evens up the count at 2-2. So 6 earned runs on Jack White's line, but it doesn't tell the whole story. He really settled down nicely after the first as Hudson fouls one off, or actually fly ball left field foul territory, and yeah, it does go out of play, so it'll remain 2-2 on him. Now the 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Hudson doing a great job battling here. It's nobody on and 1 man gone and for Hudson. Next pitch will be number 7 in this at-bat. The next 2-2 just misses a touch below the strike zone, maybe a tad inside as well. And it runs full, 3-2. Hudson now the switch hitter, batting from the left side for the first time today. Typically hits better the other way around. Payoff pitch, a high pop-up. Shallow left field coming on, the shortstop Gabe Howell. And he makes the catch for out number 2. So a good battle that time from Hunter Hudson. Saw a total of 9 pitches, but ultimately just popped out. Natoli working quick here. Nobody on and 2 men gone. 9-hole hitter stepping up to the plate, and Brandon Boning. The Bone Show has had another good day today. First pitch into him, misses upstairs, make it 1-0. Brandon, he's 1 for 1, an RBI single back in the first, a 4-pitch walk back in the fourth. Next pitch in, a check swing, appeal down to first, he did not go around. Make it 2-0 now. Brandon Boning, 7 for 10 this series. Did Mike Carr just eject somebody? It looked like Mike Carr tossed somebody in that Range Rider dugout. And now, someone's getting all up in the face of him. That's Greg Zahn. Greg Zahn just got tossed from this game. Or Zahni, as he's affectionately known as. Still chirping at home plate umpire Mike Carr as he walks back towards the right field clubhouse. I have no idea what Zahni must have said to Mike Carr. Again, talked about it a little bit earlier. Zahn, he took a stop down into the front office of the Chukars earlier today. Stopped by, checked out a lot of the old photos, recognized a lot of the names of players he's played with in the big leagues. Former Blue Jays player and media analyst, and now he's tossed. That was the second time Mike Carr had gone over to the dugout today to tell someone in the Range Riders dugout to stop chirping at him, and, well, Carr decided one warning was enough. So a 2-0 count, now the pitch. Big wave and a miss, goes to 2-1. Next offering, fouled off, 2-2. I believe only the 3rd ejection we've seen here at Melaleuca Field this season. Saw Gary Vantola, the Boise Hawks, with one of the most emphatic ejections I've ever seen. I'm giggling remembering it. Another 2-2 pitch, fastball upstairs, 3-2. We also saw Tommy Thompson get ejected only once. I say only once because there was grounds for ejection for probably 5 times total. Payoff pitch to Boning, misses inside, ball 4. So Brandon Boning just continues to really play well at the plate. His 2nd walk of the day. He also has a base hit. Runner on first with 2 men gone for the Chukars. Bryce Brown steps up to the plate. By the way, Boning, he's 7 for 10, as John mentioned in this series, but it's still so impressive. Bears mentioning twice. Natoli quickly checks on Boning on first base. A little bit of a college football score update. I don't know the score, but I got a notification that Utah has blown out the Florida Gators. First pitch into Bryce Brown, misses upstairs, make it 1-0. Brown 0 for 2 today with a walk. Personally, that makes me happy. The starting quarterback for the Gators is a former Badger transfer, and when it comes to my college sport, I'm not the type of person who still roots for them once they leave. Next pitch in, a high chopper to the third baseman. Jackson Raper fields, fires to first in time, and that'll do it here in the 6th inning. Chukars get no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Idaho Falls still trailing 11-6, heading to the final third of this ball game here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Bonneville Industrial Supply Company, or BISCO for short, a longtime sponsor of the Chukars, and in the general industrial supply business. For 57 years now, BISCO has been growing and meeting the needs of contractors, construction workers, and friends. If you need it for your job, check BISCO first. Call or stop into BISCO at 515 South Utah Avenue in Idaho Falls, or one of their branch locations in Soda Springs, Pocatello, or Boise, or shop at the BISCO online store. And as always, BISCO will make deliveries.
Hey Chukars fans, if you're looking for another winning hometown team, look no further than Westmark Credit Union. We're proud to sponsor the Idaho Falls Chukars because we believe in putting our local community first. So join our league of satisfied members and open an account with us today with incredible savings rate options as well as customized commercial and mortgage lending. We'll help you round the bases towards financial success because Westmark Credit Union is with you every step of the way. Let's play ball.
Since 2007, the Spider's Web has been the go-to spot for tattoos and piercings, thanks to the talented artist. Go online now to spiderswebinc.com. That's spiderswebinc.com. Or their Facebook page and check out all of the specialized ink and piercings they offer. You can browse their complete work and schedule your appointment today. Or stop by 477 West 17th Street in Idaho Falls. The Spider's Web, voted best tattoo shop for 9 years running. Check them out online, spiderswebinc.com.
Hey, this is Victor Rodriguez from Venezuela, pitcher for Idaho Falls Chukars. You're listening to Idaho Falls Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
2/3 of the way through this ball game, let me give you the line scores through 6 innings. For the Range Riders, 11 runs on 13 hits. They haven't committed an error. And for the Chukars, 6 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 1 error. To take you back through the final third of this game, I give you over to the voice of the Chukars. It's John Balgini.
Thank you, Max. Jack Zigan will face Dennison, Howell, and Miller here in the top of the 7th. By the way, Utah beat Florida 24-11, and the Gophers won 13-10 over Nebraska, Max.
It's classic Nebraska. They make every game close, but they lose every game.
Dennison is 0 for 1 tonight, and first pitch, lines went into the bullpen. He had a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd, a sacrifice fly in the 3rd, and he struck out looking in the 5th. Zigan came in for Jacob Bogaz and struck out the only batter he faced. Next pitch popped up, and that'll be out of play, and the count is quickly 0-2. Bogaz 1 2/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walked 1, struck out 2. He nearly got out of the 6th inning, but a 2-out double by Clayton scored 2. That made a 3-run game into a 5-run deficit for the home team. 0-2 the count on Mason Dennison. He hits the ball to left field. Bryce Brown in his tracks, comes in a couple of steps, makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Gabe Howell, 2 for 4 tonight. A single, RBI, double RBI. That gives him 65 RBI on the season, 22 doubles. And against the Chukars, he is .500 in the last 4 games, 9 for 18 in the series. Curveball by Zigan, just missed down low, ball 1.
Again, shout out Scott Gladstone, but he just filled me in. That's actually Zahn's 2nd ejection of the year, and as a hitting coach, it's pretty rare to be ejected twice in a season.
1-0 pitch, that one misses low, it's 2-0. Oh, more bad news for Glacier. Billings has come back. They now lead Ogden 13-10.
Wow.
And Missoula trails Great Falls 7-5. That could be a one-game lead for Missoula.
That's heating up down the stretch in the Pioneer League North.
Pitch, foul ball. Count 2-1.
Probably worth mentioning as well that the wind is really picking up here.
Blowing in towards center field. We'll be blowing the paper around in the booth. The 2-1 to Gabe Howell. Ground ball, right side. Eddie Acosta on the second hop. Makes the play for out number 2.
Well, Jack Ziggin, it's been somewhat of a struggle for him as of late, but he's off to a very good start today. A strikeout, a flyout, and a ground out. It's got to be a cycle of some sort for him, but no, he's looked good. Pitch to contact for the most part, getting weak contact left and right, and that's a good start for him, but here comes a true test in Dean Miller.
0 for 4 tonight, huh? I wonder how many 0 fors he's had this year. Not many.
Not a lot.
He did reach on an error and scored back in the first. Since then, he's popped out to the second baseman, grounded out to the first baseman, and last time up, he struck out. 2 out, nobody on base. Chukars in the home half of the 7th will have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up. Only 5 base hits for the Chukars in tonight's game, and 4 of those came in the first inning. Next pitch to Miller misses outside, the count 2-0. And that pitch is low, ball 3.
Ziggin, he's clearly being careful to Dean Miller. You can't blame him here, and you also know you can't juice him 1-3-0. He swung 3-0 last night and drilled it 110.
The 3-0 pitch, taking it, and it's a strike at the knees, 3-1.
He was taking it the entire way that time.
The Range Riders have worn the same uniforms all 9 games they've been here at Melaleuca. The dark green, a big swing and a foul back, and it's now full 3-2. I think it was Ogden that had 4 different jerseys and 4 different nights when they came to town.
Yeah, Ogden, there was one road trip we took there that was 6 games, and they wore 6 different jerseys.
Full count 3-2. Righty-righty matchup, Ziggin against Miller. Hudson sets the sign. And here comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball, foul ball, third base side.
Well, if Jack Ziggin is able to get through this inning without allowing a run, and hey, still if, it'll only be the second time today that the Chukars have had a scoreless inning on defense. The Range Riders, they haven't had the big inning per se, but they've had a lot of medium-sized innings, and it's led to a big lead.
Payoff pitch number 2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Dean Miller in his final outing here at Melaleuca Field this season goes 0 for 5. 3 up, 3 down by Ziggin, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch, fans. Chukars down 11-6.
You know, life is so busy with meetings here, practice there, and games over the other way that who has the time to keep up with the Joneses' great lawn? Let Seasons West Incorporated make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. Go online now to seasonswest.com and schedule your appointment to make your outdoor oasis dreams a reality. The Seasons West team will draft out your design ideas so you can see what the completed project will look like. Seasonswest.com. Landscaping Eastern Idaho, one step at a time.
Once you experience the Joint's innovative approach to chiropractic care, you'll wonder why all the healthcare experiences aren't this easy. The Joint has membership plans and packages starting at $69 that include 4 monthly visits, eliminating the need for insurance. What's even better is you don't need an appointment. And they're open until 7 on weekdays, 10 to 4 on Saturdays. Stop in, meet the friendly staff at the Joint, 2679 East Sunnyside Road, Hillcrest Shopping Center, Ammon. Start feeling better today.
You need a new ride, but do you really need a new ride? Who can afford a $50,000 vehicle and an $800 car payment? That's just not right. At Idaho Falls Cars and Trucks, there are sweet, like-new vehicles for a reasonable price that you can live with and drive off the lot with an optional warranty, giving you that peace of mind that you don't always get with a used car. Come visit Idaho Falls Cars and Trucks at 880 West Broadway Street or ifcarsandtrucks.com. Idaho Falls Cars and Trucks.
Hey, this is Daniel Silva from Los Angeles, California, and you are listening to Idaho Falls Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Bottom of 7th, Eduardo Acosta, Sam Troyer, and Trevor Halsema to face John Natalie. Not Natoli. Where is it, Natoli? It's Natoli. I'm going to call him John. I can't mess up John. John into the windup. It's going to be a base hit by Eddie Acosta into right field. So a leadoff single. Acosta going to second as the right fielder had trouble with it. And it's going to be a hit and an error. I believe the right fielder bobbled it.
Yeah, definitely a bobble by Cruz Taylor. And Eduardo Acosta, he hit it into the gap, but Cruz Taylor, we've talked about his speed, and he cut it off really quickly. But all he really did was knock it down, and that allowed Acosta to reach second.
By the way, that's Cruz Taylor's first error of the season. And it brings up Sam Troyer. 0 for 2 tonight for Sam. And the pitch is down low. Ball 1. One-0 pitch, fouled back. 1-1 the count. John Natalie.
Natoli.
Okay, that's it. That is it. Next pitch from Natoli is inside.
There you go.
The count 2-1.
Well, for Troyer today, he has extended his on-base streak with a walk earlier, but might be his last chance to improve on a really solid 6-game hit streak he has going on.
The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Final score, Highland beats Skyline 31-20 tonight. Again, tomorrow night, high school football here on the Sports Zone. Twin Falls and Idaho Falls from Rafston Stadium. The 2-2 pitch. Sam takes it high, and it's 3-2. The number 1 team in the state in 5A, Eagle, knocked off the Cavemen of Cuna 34-6. Troyer battles and fouls it off. The count 3-2. Natoli in his second inning of work. He walked one batter in the 6th, but Eddie got him for a base hit, and Sam Troyer is going to have a base hit between short and third. So, hey, little rally going on, first and third with nobody out. And that'll get some activity in the bullpen of Glacier, and it brings up Trevor Halsema.
Yeah, back-to-back base hits for the Chukars to start off this inning. And how about that battle from Sam Troyer, a 7-pitch at-bat? He finally found a pitch he could barrel up, and he hit it hard on the ground to the left side of the infield. Now Trevor Halsema, who has had a really good day offensively, a great year offensively, stepping up to the plate, and a big spot.
He's 2 for 3 in tonight's game. You know, Max, it's not healthy to eat this late at night.
Not like I have a whole other option.
As chicken tenders and french fries have been delivered to the booth. After Max scarfed a pizza earlier today. But he's a young man. He can get away with that kind of stuff.
You didn't need to out me over the radio waves here, John.
Here's a pop-up caught by the first baseman, Fitzgerald. So Halsema pops out for out number 1. Tyler Wyatt, 1 for 4 or 1 for 3. He had an RBI single. He's popped out to the shortstop. Last time up, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. First pitch is fouled back. Right-hander warming up in the Glacier bullpen. Next pitch, a big swing and a miss by T.Y. and the count 0-2. By the way, I understand that Assistant General Manager Chris Hall's doing his fantasy football draft tonight. The 0-2. Call, strike three. Fastball at 91 on the outside portion of the plate for out number 2. Now here's Stephen Cullen. Cullen tonight walked, knocked in a run, and scored a run in the first. Since then, back-to-back Ks. Fastball is high. Ryan Cloud is warming up in the bullpen for Glacier. Maybe it's Ryan Cloudy, who knows? No, it's Ryan Cloud. There is an E on the end, but the E is silent, I understand. 1-0 pitch, hit hard but foul, third base side. Count now 1-1. Not only is Max scarfing down on chicken tenders, he's got his hoodie on. I mean, you're a New York guy. You should be used to this kind of weather. Wisconsin, it gets cold, I'm sure, during the winter time. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. 91-mile-per-hour heater from John. I hope Cloud comes in the next inning. Can't mess up his name. Idaho Vandals' big win tonight to kick off the season over Lamar, 42-17. Of course, we have all the Vandal games on our stations at Sandhill Media. The 1-2, high, 2-2. Saturday, Boise State at Washington, right here on KSPZ. BYU will host Sam Houston State on 100.7 My FM. That game is Saturday night. The 2-2 pitch, fouled back. Good hack by Steven.
Want to keep your back straight? Go to the home of the Backsaver mattress.
Glacier won 6 straight in the first series between these two teams. Chukars won the next series 3-2, and looks like Glacier might win this series 3-1. Cullen, a base hit into left field, and that's going to score run number 7, although this one's not over yet. Stephen Cullen with his second RBI, his first hit of the ball game, and it's 11-7. And it brings up Jordan Myro. Acosta scored on the play. By the way, right now that run is unearned due to the error by Cruz Taylor. Earned, unearned, the Chukars will take whatever they can get. Myro, a big swing and a miss. He has struck out once tonight. He's 0 for 2. Chukars now with 8 base hits, 3 in this frame. And the next pitch fouled back, and Jordan down in the count 0-2. Chukars led 6-3 after 1. And this is the first run they have scored since inning number 1. Pitch high, 2-2 the count, or 1-2. I mean, Jack White looked rough the first inning, but boy, did he settle down. Gave up 1 hit over the last 4 innings he worked tonight. He's in line to pick up his 3rd win of the season. 1-2 pitch. Myro takes it outside, and it's 2-2. Only in the Pioneer League, you pitch 5 innings, give up 6 earned runs, and you get a win. The ERA goes up, but the winning percentage also goes up. 3-2, actually 2-2. Now it's 3-2. Had a little premonition there. The pitcher was going to be out of the zone. At second, Troyer. At first, Cullen. Base hit could make it a 3-run game. Myro takes it outside, ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. And if there is any time for Hunter Hudson to hit his first home run of the year, it would be right now. And out comes Stu Peterson. And we're going to have a pitching change here in the 7th inning. It's 11-7. Chukars have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Hunter Hudson coming into the game. He'll face a new pitcher when we come back.
At Bingham Healthcare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our team specializes in the treatment of all sports-related conditions. So whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the specialists at Bingham Healthcare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are experts at keeping you at the top of your game. Our highly trained specialists are the best in their field, and with offices located throughout eastern Idaho, you can be seen close to home. Bingham Healthcare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official team doctors of the Idaho Falls Chukars.
The crew at Buffalo Wild Wings is excited about another season of Chukars baseball. Something new at B-Dubs, a hotter blazing knockout sauce, even hotter than the Carolina Reaper sauce of years past. New happy hours, Monday through Friday from 3 till 6, $3, $4, $5, and $6 drink and food specials, with the biggest addition being the $5 featured select cocktail. Blazing Reward members still enjoy a chew, buy one, get one free on Tuesdays, and Buffalo Wild Wings is open late till 1 a.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Marty and her staff looking forward to seeing you at Buffalo Wild Wings this summer.
In sports, the last 2 seconds of a game can determine the champion. The last 2 words of a name can have the same impact. At Blue Cross of Idaho, it's the of Idaho part of our name that defines our mission. We are Blue Cross of lifting communities up and fighting to keep healthcare costs down. We're Blue Cross of Idaho, born of the people and places we know best, and proud sponsors of the Chukars. Learn more at bcidaho.com.
Hi, my name is Brian Bagshaw from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and you're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
New pitcher on the mound for the Range Riders is Ryan Cloud. He's a right-hander, 23 years old, 6'2", 225, out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Played at Roanoke College. Checking his numbers this year, making his 27th appearance. Earned an average of 6.75. No wins or losses, no saves. 32 innings of work, 42 hits. He struck out 34 in 32, and he's walked only 8. And opposing batters hitting .296 off of Ryan Cloud. The situation, bases are loaded, 2 outs. Chukars have scored 1 here in the 7th, and they're a long ball away from tying the ball game up. And again, Hudson, the only Chukar without a home run this season. Left-handed hitter against the righty Cloud. First pitch is a strike 1, 89-mile-per-hour fastball. Roanoke College, a Division III school. The 0-1 to Huddy, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
First thing you notice on a couple of pitches thrown by Ryan Cloudwell, that fastball that has some good arm side movement to it, breaking away from Hunter Hudson, who's hitting from the left side here. So we'll see how Huddy can adjust to it.
Troyer at third, Cullen at second, Myro at first. That pitch misses outside, and the count now 2-1. Well, the Chukars did score a couple of runs on bases loaded walks back in the first. Hunter is the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 7th, and he fouls that one off, and the count now is 2-2. Roanoke College, they're the Maroons.
Nice.
Another useless fact here on the radio.
It happens.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Hudson calls timeout. Cloud comes set. And the 2-2, high ball 3. Well, if Hudson can reach, the red-hot Brandon Boning's on deck.
And he would be the go-ahead run at the plate as well.
Big pitch here. If the Chukars can mount a comeback. The merry-go-round. All 3 runners will be off on the 3-2 pitch. And Hudson hits it hard to center field, but Liniak's going to make the catch for out number 3. 100 miles an hour off the bat of Hunter Hudson, but it was Kingston Liniak who made the catch for the 3rd out. The Chukars do get 1 run on 3 base hits. There was 1 error, and the Chukars leave 3 men on base. We move to the top of the 8th inning. The score 11-7 Glacier.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers of Local 449 and the Idaho National Electrical Contractors Association are proud supporters of Chukars Baseball. For over 100 years, their members and contractors have been strong supporters of communities through local charities. They support the Idaho Food Bank, Red Cross, Habitat House, Salvation Army, Shriners Circus, and many more. And now they're asking for your help in their Helmets to Hard Hats program that helps hire veterans into a new career. Remember, when you want a quality professional electrical installation, call one of the members of IBEW Local 449 to get the job done right.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at ticketsmarter.com.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Page Insurance in Idaho Falls if auto owners make sense for you.
Hi, my name is Jorge Gonzalez from Laredo, Texas, and you're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Gracias, Jorge. It's the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Kirtley, Taylor, and Raper. Jack Ziggin, so far so good. He's faced 4 batters, retired all 4, and struck out 2.
Yeah, Ziggin off to a really good start, trying to bounce back from somewhat of a rough one his last time out. So we'll see if he can continue it here in the 8th. And although it feels like the Chukars might be playing from farther behind than they actually are, it's only a 4-run game. So Ziggin, this is a really important, somewhat medium leverage spot for him. It'll be Ziggin versus Christian Kirtley to kick off this 8th inning.
Montana Quigley starting to warm up in the bullpen for Glacier. Kirtley tonight is 0 for 3 and takes the first pitch for a called strike. He did walk in the 2nd inning, but he has struck out, flied out, and grounded out. Next pitch, fly ball, center field. Myro coming over, and Jordan's there for out number 1. 106 miles per hour off the bat of Christian Kirtley. And so far, Ziggy has been perfect. 5 up, 5 down. And here's Cruz Taylor, who's been perfect. 3 for 3.
That Kirtley line drive, I mean, it looked eerily similar to the line out from Hunter Hudson that ended half frame ago.
It really did. Taylor, first pitch swinging. Foul ball, out of play on the 3rd base side. Taylor with a couple of singles, a double, a walk, and he has 1 RBI tonight. The big RBI guy for Glacier is Kingston Liniak. He has 3 on just 1 base hit. He did have a sac fly. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another foul ball off to our left, and it's 0-2. Glacier scored 3 in the top of the first, all unearned. And the Chukars answered with 6 in the bottom of the first, and then Jack White settled down, and that was bad news for the Chukars. Ground ball, first base. Stephen Cullen's going to take it to the bag himself for the second out. And it brings up Jackson Raper, who has 3 hits. He's a home run shy of the cycle. Singled in the first, tripled in the fourth, and doubled in the sixth. So he has 3 hits and 2 RBI tonight. And he nearly hit a home run that just went foul, went about 420 down the right field line. First pitch to Raper, goes the opposite way and fouls it out of play.
For a second there, I thought it was the second time in the series that Raper was only a hit shy of the cycle, but it was Kingston Liniak in Game 2 of that doubleheader a couple nights ago. Still, a couple of range riders getting very close to history here.
The 0-1 from Ziggin, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, you've seen every game, Max, but this is the best I've seen Jack Ziggin pitch so far this season.
Yeah, it's up there. Ziggin, he has a couple of really good outings and then a couple of outings where he struggled. So it's really kind of more about consistency for him than it is stuff.
1-1 pitch, fouled off again, and it's 1-2.
It's, Ziggin takes an interesting approach to pitching, kind of a 3/4 arm slot release, low velocity, lots of break, lots of control, and I have a feeling that's usually just about the control for Ziggin, trying to throw every pitch for a strike, trying to throw every pitch down in the zone when you don't have the high velo like he does, and you're really relying on pitch to contact, and therefore you got to keep the ball on the ground.
The count 1-2 on Raper. That's inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Ziggin in 27 innings has walked 13, struck out 17. ERA 11.85, ouch. But so far tonight, perfect. Trying to keep it that way. 2-2 pitch. Again, Raper fouls it off to our left.
Raper, he's a .321 hitter with 2 outs. He hits right, he's hard. It's a tough out for Jack Ziggin on the mound, but he's got him in a 2-strike hole. We'll see if Ziggin can finish the job.
Swing and a miss, he does. Strike him out. And Jack Ziggin, 7 batters faced, 7 outs recorded. See if the Chukars can mount a comeback. They trail 11-7 as we head to the bottom of inning number 8.
KSPZ 980 Ammon, Idaho Falls, and 98.7 FM K254DI Idaho Falls. All sports all the time. Heard online at 980thezone.com. Fibercom has been voted the best and most reliable internet company in Idaho. Sign up today to experience world-class high-speed internet services and the Fibercom difference. Their local teams are here to assist you with all of your internet needs. Contact them today at 208-403-0505 or go to fibercom.net. Fibercom is a proud sponsor of Chukars Baseball, and they're looking forward to serving Chukar fans throughout Southeast Idaho.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Hey guys, this is Jacob Bogaz from Mill Creek, Washington, and you're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Thank you, Jacob. 11-7 our score. Top of or bottom of the 8th. Just love his voice.
First you out me on the meal, and now you're making fun of
No, I'm not making fun of him. No, I like it. I think it sounds great.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
He sounds like a chill dude.
Yeah, that he is.
I love the hair, by the way, Jacob. Here's Brandon Boney, Bryce Brown, and Eduardo Acosta. And I do mean that. I'm jealous. I used to have hair like that when I was young.
I can't imagine you with the... Was it blonde?
No. Brandon Boney, a single, a pair of walks, 7 for 10. And the new pitcher is Montana Quigley. Was an all-star for the Great Falls Voyagers last year from Lake Forest, California. Quigley struggled with Great Falls this year, but he's been pretty darn good with the Range Riders, making his 12th appearance. Now the pitching coach is coming out for some reason. A 1.80 earned run average for Quigley. Quigley last night pitched 1 inning and struck out 2 batters. Any idea what this might be about?
You know, my first thought was maybe the fact that Ryan Cloud only faced a batter, but I don't think there's a 3-batter minimum rule here in the Pioneer League, so that was my first thought, but otherwise, no clue. Because I don't think that was it otherwise. Why would the pitching coach for Glacier come out as well for that? So, who knows?
So Boning facing Quigley, and boy, first pitch comes in tight and high. It's 1-0. 11 runs, 13 hits. Range Riders, 7 runs, 8 hits. Chukars, each team with 1 error tonight. Missoula comes to town for 3 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. There's a strike at the knees. And the count 1-1 on Bones. That pitch is low, ball 2. We'll have our Westmark Credit Union post-game show, check some scores, Major League, Pioneer League, and a couple of football scores as well. Here's a ball hit up the middle. Nice backhanded play by Dennison, and it's going to be an out. Boy, Mason Dennison with a great play. The ball hit not as hard as I thought it was, but he slid and backhanded on the one hop and made the play look easy.
Yeah, really good play from Mason Dennison that time around. A little looper one-hopper from Brandon Boning, but man, a beautiful backhanded slide and pretty smooth motion too. Dennison popped up back to his feet, made the throw, and all in one quick sweep.
Dennison's been playing outfield in this series. Here's Bryce Brown. He's hitless tonight, takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. No activity in the Chukar pen, so it looks like it'll be Ziggy in the 9th. 0-1 pitch. Brown chases a ball down low. A nasty slider by Quigley. 0-2. Your name's Montana, you play in Montana. Makes a lot of sense. 0-2 pitch, and boy, Bryce goes down quickly for out number 2. By the way, Ryan Cloud just worked 1/3 of an inning for his outing tonight. And here's Eddie Acosta. 2 for 4. Pitch was outside, ball 1. Acosta with 2 hits. Halsema with 2 hits, and that's been it for the Chukars. The 1-0 pitch, fly ball, left field going back is Kirtley, and he's going to be on the warning track, and he makes the catch. On a typical night, that's a home run with the wind blowing in. That's a warning track out, and the Chukars go down quietly, 1-2-3. We head to the 9th. No change on the scoreboard. It's 11-7 Glacier.
At Smith Chevrolet, we believe that buying a car should be simple. And with all those summer plans and vacations, we want to make your path to find new roads simpler than ever before. Right now, it's the Chevy Summer Drive Sales Event, and qualified buyers can drive home a 2023 Silverado 1500, Equinox, or a Traverse at an unbeatable 1.9% APR. Pack more fun into your summer at Smith Chevrolet in Idaho Falls, where buying your new car is simple. In fact, it's so simple, there's nothing else to say.
State-of-the-art cancer facilities, up-to-the-minute knowledge, brilliant doctors, experienced nurses, the latest tools, research, and technology. None of it matters if you're seen as just another number. At Teton Cancer Institute, not only do we provide the most innovative treatment in southeastern Idaho, we offer uncompromising, compassionate care. And with us in your corner, you'll never fight alone. Visit TetonCancer.com to learn more, an affiliate of Mountain View Hospital.
If you want to step foot on this field,
right side, and it's intercepted at the 8-yard line.
You've got to do one thing.
Caught it at the 10 and scores the touchdown.
Compete.
30, 20, 10. This game is locked up.
This is your radio home for Boise State Bronco football.
The Broncos open the season this Saturday on the road against the Washington Huskies. Pregame coverage set for 12:30 on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Hi, my name is Brian Williams. I'm from Texas, and you're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Top of 9, Liniak, Clayton, and Fitzgerald. By the way, a football-baseball doubleheader Saturday here on KSPZ. The Boise State-Washington game will kick off at 1:30. Plenty of time for us to go on the air at 6:50 in Game 2 of the 3-game set with Missoula.
Fun day Saturday. Action-packed with sports and first Saturday of college football season. Oh, I'm so excited, John.
I love college football. Not a big pro football guy, but
really?
Yeah, not really.
Interesting. Definitely a lot of differences. I mean, I hate when people say they're the same sport or they're the same thing just because crowds are a little bit rowdier in college football, plays a little bit better in the NFL, and ultimately both are kicking up so soon. It's one of the best times of the year.
And, of course, also pennant race time in baseball.
Yeah. Don't know if there's a better month than October.
Here's Kingston Liniak. First pitch. 2-hopper to Tyler Wythe, a throw in the dirt, but Cullen makes the catch on one hop. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, Stephen Cullen back at first base today. We've seen him play a lot of the hot corner for the Chukars, but first base is his more natural position, and you saw it that time around. Really good play by Tyler Wyatt, a hard-hit grounder right to him, and Wyatt had to rush the throw a little bit, threw it on a hump, and Cullen made a really nice scoop for out number 1.
Here's catcher Matt Clayton, 3 for 4 tonight. He's 8 for 14 in this 4-game set. And the pitch right down West Broadway, called strike 1. Well, Jack doing his best David Bowie imitation, Ziggy Stardust tonight. The 0-1. Ball right to Cullen. Made a nice play on one knee. How about that? 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Ah, efficiency for
Max
Jack
said
Ziggin.
something about that before the inning started.
I said, hey, let's get 3 pitches and 3 outs, and let's go to the bottom of the 9th. And for Jack Ziggin, I mean, hey, he's making me look prophetic out here. 3 pitches and 2 outs so far. But Ben Fitzgerald, he's proven to be a tough out today, and he's battled already once against Jack Ziggin, so we'll see if he does it again.
How about Ziggin? 9 batters faced, 9 outs recorded.
Yeah.
Pitches down low to Ben Fitzgerald, who has singled, walked, flied out, and struck out.
I would say if the Chukars were winning this game, Jack Ziggin would most certainly be the player of the game for Idaho Falls.
I would agree with that. By far the best outing. Jacob Bogaz looked good. He just had some tough luck in the 6th inning.
True.
That pitch is outside, ball 2. Fitzgerald bats from the left side in the 9th. The Chukars will have Troyer, Halsema, and Wyatt, their 3, 4, and 5 hitters. And they will face Montana Quigley. And here's a ball hit hard, and forget about the perfect night as Fitzgerald has just gone deep over the right center field fence, 436 feet against the wind, as Bob Seeger would say.
Oh, my goodness. What a shot from Ben Fitzgerald. Did a good job of working ahead in the count, got into a 2-0 count, and then he got a fastball. Actually, it looked like a changeup, maybe on the outside corner, but Fitzgerald doesn't care either way. 108 miles per hour off the bat, 437 feet, a moonshot for Fitzgerald, and that makes it a 12-7 game.
His 12th home run of the year. For Glacier, now they have 115 home runs. That compares to 82 for Idaho Falls. First pitch to Dennison is down low. That was a no-doubter right off the bat. And again, against the wind that's coming in, here's another ball hit hard, but Bryce Brown's there in left field, and that'll do it. Still a great night for Jack Ziggin.
Yeah.
Just gives up 1 hit, 1 run in 3 1/3 innings of work. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Chukars. They're down by 5.
Calling all parents, you still have time to sign your kids up to be members of the Just for Kids Dentistry Junior Chukars Club. Membership is for kids 12 and under and includes free admission to 5 games, plus members will also receive an official Junior Chukars swag box that includes a team cap, notepads, stickers, autograph book, and more, all for only $25, and parents can save too. Visit Melaleuca Field now or at any game, or call 522-836-3 for more details. It's the Junior Chukars Club, proudly sponsored by Sparklight and Just for Kids Dentistry and Orthodontics.
Upgrade your summer at Wackley Auto Center. We have all your professional grade GMC, Cadillac, and Buick vehicles ready for summer adventures. And for the entire month of August, we're discounting all 2023 Buicks $1,000 below invoice and as low as 4.15% at 60 months. Hurry, this summer special is for a short time or until supplies last. This is a perfect time to upgrade to a new Buick at Wackley Auto Center at 1363 North Holmes Avenue in Idaho Falls. We are professional grade.
Since 1958.
At Idaho Falls Community Hospital, we're a get you back on your feet center, a treat you like family center, a do anything for our patient center. We've always gone the extra mile for everyone who walks through our doors. And now, as a Level 3 certified trauma center, we're proven to be the region's #1 choice for emergency care. Idaho Falls Community Hospital, located next to Mountain View Hospital at 2327 Coronado Street.
This is Darian Williams from Bryan, Texas, and you are listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Last call for Idaho Falls as we enter the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Chukars have a lot of work to do, trailing by 5 runs in this one. It's Montana Quigley, still on the mound, faced a 3-up and 3-down inning only a frame ago, so we'll see if Quigley can follow that up and shut the door on Idaho Falls. For the Chukars, it'll be Sam Troyer, Trevor Halsema, and Tyler Wyatt, the 3 batters coming to the plate. Troyer picked up a base hit his last time out, extended his hitting streak now to 7 games. First pitch into him this time around finds the strike zone, and the count goes to 0-1. This game really started off as a back-and-forth affair, but Glacier has pulled away more as of late. Now the 0-1 pitch misses the inside corner, make it 1-1. The Range Riders started the game off with 3 runs in the first. Chukars answered with 6 of their own. But then the Range Riders just had a scoring party after that, as Troyer lays into one, high and deep to left field, but playable for the left fielder Christian Kirtley, and that's out number 1. Boy, a loud out number 1 off the bat of Sam Troyer. Maybe with the wind blowing out instead of in, that result might have gone differently, but all it is a fly out to left, and now we move things over to Trevor Halsema as John Balgini's back.
I'll go ahead and finish it off, Max.
I'll appreciate it. So Trevor Halsema steps up to the plate. You never guess it, but it's another good day for Trevor Halsema. 2 for 4. First pitch in, a good-looking slider finds the outside corner, make it 0-1.
Playing in his 67th straight game.
That's unbelievable. That's over 2/3 of the season now. 0-1 pitch, gets fouled off, quickly goes to 0-2. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Nobody on, one man gone here in the bottom of the ninth. Next pitch in. That one misses below the zone. Ball and 2 strikes now. Well, for Halsema, John mentioned it earlier, but either him or the men on deck, and I agree with John in this, has got to be the Chukars MVP this year. 1-2 pitch. High chopper down the third baseline. A fair ball. Raper Fields fires to first. And a nice stretch on first base by Ben Fitzgerald. As that brings up Tyler Wyatt. Chukars down to their final out in this ballgame. Wyatt today, he's 1 for 4. Ripped an RBI single back in the first inning, but popped out, grounded into a double play, and struck out looking after that. First pitch into him. Fastball right down the middle, and the count goes to 0-1. Talked about it a few times, but Tyler Wyatt has an awesome walk-up song. John knows I love that song.
Yep.
Flashlight by Parliament. Now the 0-1. Big wave and a miss, and just like that, the Chukars are down to their final strike in this one. It's 0-2. Righty on righty. The 0-2. Line drive into right field. There's a base hit. So the Chukars down to their final strike, and Tyler Wyatt keeps the game going. A little poke job into right field, and just a good approach at the plate. Nice job protecting the plate with 2 strikes for T.Y. Now it's Stephen Cullen's turn to come up to the plate.
Now batting for Chukars on first baseman number 50, Stephen Cullen.
Cullen, he's 1 for 3 today. A walk, a single, a couple of RBIs, and a couple of strikeouts as well. First pitch grounded back up the middle, fielded on the backhand by the second baseman Dennison. The throw to first in time, and that's the ball game, folks. The Range Riders take this one by a 12-7 score. They take this series at Melaleuca Field 3-1, but the Chukars will look for revenge against them next week. Tomorrow, they move on to play the Paddleheads, but for right now, stay tuned because we have our Westmark Federal Credit Union postgame show coming up next here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
If you want to step foot on this field,
Right side, and it's intercepted at the 8-yard line.
you've got to do one thing.
Caught him at the 10 and scores the touchdown.
Compete.
30, 20, 10. This game is locked up.
This is your radio home for Boise State Broncos football.
The Broncos open the season this Saturday on the road against the Washington Huskies. Pregame coverage set for 12:30 on KSPZ.